Good evening and welcome to Reasonable Men, the show where we explore the roots and solutions to today's most pressing local issues. I'm your host, Marty McDonald, joined as always by my good friends Abe Whitman and Walter Davis. Today we're going to focus our attention on the next generation of Shrewsbury citizens and how they are the worst appropriation of the word life since the Canadian goose. Abe, I believe you had an opening statement.
I do. You know, folks, the millennial generation is easily the worst generation to ever exist in human history. All right? They are self-entitled, lazy, spoiled wimps, and frankly, it is baffling to me that they could even exist like this, considering they were raised by the greatest generation, and yet, somehow, with the millennials and their just excessive mouth breathing and incompetence that has resulted in so much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that now we have climate change, it's clear to me that every single problem they want to burn our tax dollars on solving is completely caused by themselves.
Yeah. You got it. That is, if climate change is even real, which I haven't seen any evidence of, despite how many years people have been talking about it and how long it's been in the spotlight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I understand, of course, we can both agree that Al Gore is a sensationalist hack and a nutcase and a failure, but I use climate change, and a loser, I use climate change just as a way of illustrating the problem, illustrating the example. But the thing is, okay, millennials are destroying the government, they're destroying society, they're destroying the planet, but we can survive one generation of liberal wimp snowflakes. The problem is, millennials have now come up with a weapon even more fearsome than mass mental retardation. Children.
Oh.
Yes, children.
You're right.
Millennials are now learning that they can shit out kids and fill them with the same awful values that they were grown up with. And guess what? You know how it's coming through in one horrifying way? Fashion.
Fashion. I didn't realize you were into that sort of thing.
Well, listen, Walter, if you knew as much as I do about this, you would be just as worried.
Do tell.
Okay. So I was in Dunkin' Donuts a few days ago, all right, getting my afternoon coffee. I walk in, and I swear to God, it's wall to wall. I have to stand in the back of the line right at the door because 24 of these Gen Z hooligans must have been in there.
Yeah, he must have been there around 2:53. Sherwood Middle School lets out at 2:35, and it's an 18-minute walk to that particular Dunkin' Donuts. And they seem to make a beeline for that one right there. It's a big hangout for them. Did you see Jerry Hogan there by chance? He usually likes to go there.
Walter, I have no idea.
They usually order a Boston cream, a strawberry frosted, 2 culottes, vanilla bean.
I have no idea.
Maybe you got there later. Do you remember if Marissa Fletcher might have been there around the time that you...
What are you going on about? Why do you always insist on doing this every single goddamn time? All right? Just coming up with this inane bullshit that no one cares about.
I don't know.
Yeah, of course you don't know. Because there's nothing in between there, in between your ears. All right? Remember, you're replaceable. Got it?
Got it.
Good. Anyway, as I was saying, I was standing in line at Dunkin' Donuts. And, because I'm not some millennial reject like the rest of them, I don't have to spend all my time on my phone, so I just start taking them in the moment, and with nothing better to do, I start ranking them. Not in like a creepy kind of way. Not in a creepy way. I just start ranking them on the scale of would I want you to be my kid or not? Would I be embarrassed if you were my offspring? And you know what the thing is? Not a single one of those kids in line looked like I would ever want them to be my kid. I swear to God.
How so?
Well, okay. First of all, in terms of fashion,
Yeah.
all of these kids were wearing T-shirts. And not just plain T-shirts, mind you, okay? Some of them had these weird, almost aggressive words on them. And then other shirts they were wearing, I have to say,
there was nothing. It must have been satanic symbols, okay? I have no idea what else they could have been. They were satanic symbols. Remember when t-shirts were sacred? Remember when the only time you would ever wear a t-shirt was when you were outside doing yard work or on vacation? Yeah, I remember. I remember those days, Walter. They were great. But you know what? If I wore a t-shirt now like these kids do every day to school, they would send me home. There'd be no way. When I went to school, it was either wear a dress shirt and chinos, khakis, that sort of thing, dress pants, or they'd throw your ass back and make you change at home. Yeah.
When I went to school, my English teacher, Miss Betsy, would beat the crap out of us with a ruler if we got a question wrong.
Marty, you senile crone, I have no idea why you thought that was the right time to interrupt with that story. But, thankfully, you bring up a really good point.
Thank you.
Discipline.
Boom.
Discipline.
Yep, absolutely. That's what we're missing today.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying hit your kids. I don't necessarily condone that. But I'm just saying my dad hit me. So, I think I'm okay with it.
I think it's only fair.
Yeah, it's only fair. But you know what? I think there's something else to it, okay? I think there's something, it's not just the t-shirts, okay? It's the hair, too. These kids now, they dye their hair, all right? We should be hitting the hair color out of them, whatever weird shit they're putting in there, because it's not just brunettes and going to blondes or something like that. They're doing all sorts of shades of the rainbow, from vomit green to crib death blue.
You know, first it's the t-shirts, then it's the hair. They look like clowns. It brings a 10 immediately down to a 7.
Yeah, sure. Then also, you know what else it is, I think? I think it's an LGBT thing, okay? I think it has something to do with that. How they're just doing stuff. I don't even know what it is, but it's some sort of thing.
For me, I think that being gay is in itself a fashion statement. Because when I was growing up, we just didn't have gay people. It just didn't exist. Now it seems to be the cool thing to do. And I'm not being homophobic at all. I'm just telling it like it is.
Yeah, no, you're not homophobic. Not at all. Okay? I'm not homophobic either. None of us are. Okay? That's not what we're saying at all here. Like, if I were gay, which I'm not, but if I were gay, none of these kids would be attractive to me. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And you know what? I feel like we've shared enough of our own thoughts on this topic.
I think so.
So, Marty, what do you say we introduce this phone segment we got? Huh? Marty? Marty, say something, you senile idiot, before I have to commit you to a home.
Sorry.
Come on.
I'm Marty McDonald, and welcome to Reasonable Men. With me, as always, are Abe Whitman and Walter.
No, Marty, the phone, Marty, the phone.
You have an opening statement?
No! We did that! Phone!
Okay, should we start a new take, guys?
Oh, fuck me.
No, we're all set. We can keep rolling.
Okay, sorry.
No.
I was thinking about 10s and 7s.
What?
For our next segment, call the number you see below to weigh in on the child fashion controversy in Shrewsbury.
Is it on?
It's on.
Okay.
Did we charged it? It's good.
You've got the right number up there, don't you?
Well, yeah.
On the screen?
Yeah.
It's the right number?
We got numbers. We got all kinds of numbers here. Good. It's a
There
busy night.
are no problems with the phone lines to the studio, right?
But it's a football game tonight, so people like,
These are important issues, though. Why aren't...
It's part of the live show, perils of a live show.
Hey! Oh, okay. There we go. Hello?
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Put you on speakerphone. We're at. What's your question?
Wow, that's great. I'm glad I was able to get through. Thanks for picking up. I was calling to get your advice. My daughter, God bless her soul, she's starting to get all these piercings all over her body. Not just the normal stuff like the ears, but that's the nose and the eyebrow and the lips, and now she wants to get her belly button done. What do I do?
All right, Mr. What's your name?
Briggs.
Mr. Briggs. Mr. Briggs, here's the thing. It seems like your daughter is an absolute whore. An attention whore, that is. So, look, if she wants to get metal in her body, have her sign up for the army and take a bullet like the brave men and women serving our country.
I don't know about that. I mean, she's very well behaved. It's just so expensive, and I really don't like the way it's starting to make her look.
Wait, hold on. So she's not sneaking out of the house to do this. You are letting her do this?
Well, yeah.
What the hell is your problem? Okay, you know what? Change the whole thing up. I have no sympathy for you, okay? You are a pathetic disgrace of a father, and you know what? If it were up to me, if I had the power, I wish I did, if I had the power, I would put your daughter up for adoption. Not like anyone would ever take her, but I would do it.
Well, look, I know I messed up. Yeah. Right? I know I don't deserve her.
No.
I want to make this right. Tell me what I should do.
Okay, you know what? Hey, Dad, here's what you do. You put your foot down. You tell her that no more piercings will happen under your roof or else she takes a hike.
If I could interject here just for a moment, you know, that will only keep it from getting worse. What we want to do is make this better. So the way I see it, you have two options. Option number one, you take all her piercings away, you throw them in the trash. Option number two, you take the piercings, her most recent ones that haven't quite healed yet, and you rub them in some sort of chemical or filth, and then she puts them back in and they become infected, and then she never wants to get another piercing for as long as she lives.
Yeah, you know, I hadn't thought about that. That's good. Thanks for the tip.
You bet.
Well, yeah. Well, I think that solves your problem for you. So if you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call.
All right, I'll do that. Thanks a lot. You guys are great.
All right. Have a good one.
That goes for all of our viewers. If you have a question, feel free to call us at the number below or email us at shrewsburyisgoingtohell@gmail.com.
That's going to do it for tonight's episode. Be sure to tune in next time where we discuss another complex issue, excuse me, in an equally unbiased and level-headed manner. Good night, everybody. Hi, I'm Marty McDonald, and welcome to another episode of Reasonable Men, where we discuss the issues, dig into them, and propose solutions for the citizens of Shrewsbury.
If only Shrewsbury would listen to
If
the
only-
solutions.
If only.
In an ideal world, maybe, but I think we know that this is not an ideal world. Gentlemen, I think it's safe to say that we are the minority here. We are the thinkers, the doers, the diligent.
Right. And not just ideal, it would be perfect if they would just listen to our way of thinking. But, the world sometimes just isn't ready for things like that. They reject you if you think a certain way.
Speaking of rejection, I have a story to tell.
Marty, you're tuned in?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
Never mind. Just, what's the story?
I want to talk about family values.
Oh, this should be good.
Yeah, see, my sister seems to be having a little bit of trouble at home. I stopped by there earlier, and she was busy. Her husband was working, so I decided to go upstairs and pay a visit to my nephew, Jerry. I came into his room to see him on his laptop. I want to make sure he wasn't planning on wasting his money on drugs or donations to the library. So, like any responsible uncle, I walked over to his desk. I hovered over his shoulder to see what he was doing on the internet.
And let me guess, he closed all the tabs.
He did, actually. How'd you know that?
I'm a natural.
Anyway, he was on Facebook.
Can I just cut you off for a second there, Marty, and tell you that I am sick of how kids these days spend so much goddamn time on their goddamn social media. This is coming from me, who has a Twitter.
Wait, you have a Twitter?
It was a recent thing. Okay, it was before Marty invited us on the show.
I invited him on the show because I knew he wanted to spread awareness about issues that I had felt and wanted to, to do as well. Spread awareness. So many words. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, he was on Facebook when I came in, and we just made some chit-chat. Hi, how are you? The usual stuff. And he's like a little skittish. He said, look, I'm not here to check up on you. I'm just saying hi. I don't know what was so hard about that, but he started scrolling so slowly. God, it was like a year before he went through the first page. Anyway, I was about to leave when I saw a post from one of his friends. It was a black girl. And not that, it doesn't matter that she's black. I just thought I'd mention it.
Because she's not white.
Right. Exactly. Anyway, I saw the posting of this black girl and black mom with a caption that said, "So proud of you, Mom. Landmark moment for us all in the family. Such a great power of example in your promotion to Chief Financial Officer," or something, whatever. Great example. Love you! Exclamation point. I was astounded, guys. It hit me right here. Then I said to Jerry, what about her father?
And?
This is where it takes a turn for the worse. Her black father is a stay-at-home dad.
Disgraceful!
Abhorrent.
No, I feel pity. I feel pity for that poor black girl. She's not being raised right. That man, that spineless man who claims to be her father, that spineless black man, is not really a man. He is a fool. A fool! A father should be the head of the household and rule it with an iron fist.
I agree. When you have women like this black girl's mother, they end up being the ones who wear more provocative clothing or ask for raises because they don't respect their male counterpart in the workplace. And her daughter is going to end up just like her.
Exactly. Exactly. And what do you do when you raise them like that? What happens?
Well, what'll happen is they'll begin thinking of men as inferior, right? And I'm not sexist, right? I have a wife. I mean, hell, we all have wives here. And I don't think that you could say that anyone at this table is sexist.
No. You see, here's the thing.
No way.
At this table, the three of us, I think we are all for equal rights. But men also have to assert their dominance in society. All right, so 3 days ago, my wife tried to pull the wool over my eyes. Okay? She tried to get me to do the dishes. Right? I would never do that. That's a woman's job.
but that's how it starts, see? You start with the little things, and then they try to build up to promotions. Marty, is your sister going to ask for a promotion?
Well, no, but she is thinking about getting a divorce.
How could she do that to Jerry?
Well, I guess her husband cheats on her, and sometimes he brings the mistress home. So, I mean...
No, who cares? It's just an accident. Who cares about an accident? No, you see, my dad cheated on my mom. Hell, he sometimes even beat her. Did they get divorced? No. They stayed married. They stayed married for the kids, for me. If she gets that divorce, she does not give a crap about that child.
I know, Abe. That's just the family values these days. Unfortunately, that's it. That's where we
Family
are.
values. Sure.
That's where we
Okay.
are.
Call in the guests before I have to vomit under the table. All right?
All right. And everyone, please welcome our guests, Ethan and Amanda Briggs.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Clip that on. You all set? Good.
What the fuck is that? Attention whore? Get that off the fucking screen.
Hey, we just tell it like it is.
Last week on the phone, you told us your daughter was well behaved. She can't come on our show and talk to us like this.
Look, she normally is well behaved, but
No buts, pal. What's your problem here anyway? Marty, why did you invite them on?
It's the guy from the phone last week. He sent us the email at shrewsburyisgoingtohell@gmail.com. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at my face. This is all your fault.
Amanda, is it? I think you should be more grateful.
Why the hell should I be grateful?
Well, I mean, you may not like the way you look right now, but someday you're going to like the way you look. And you look so much better without all that steel in your face.
Yeah. If you want steel in your face, serve our country. Take a bullet.
Besides, think about how much pressure this takes off your dad.
Dad, these guys are assholes.
Well, you're a bitch.
hey, that's my daughter. Honey, they're not assholes. They're reasonable men with good points of view and good advice.
Thank you.
I just happen to take one particular piece of bad advice.
I'm sorry, did you just say that not all of our advice is good advice?
Well, she's been ignoring me all week, and frankly, she said we would not be on good terms again until we came on the show. So
I said talking terms, not good terms.
Mr. Briggs, I thought you would have had the good sense to tell that my advice was a joke.
you seemed incredibly serious.
No, it was definitely a joke. Amanda, why did you want to come on the show?
To tell all of your viewers that you three are psychotic and that it's not a good idea to follow your fucking advice.
No. Okay, Mr. Briggs, I think I get it now. It's more than just being a screen slut. This excessive attention whoremongering is a symptom of something way worse. See, Mr. Briggs, I think the reason that she wanted to come on this show was not just to talk about her piercings or whatever the hell it is. I think it was also because this is a television broadcast. I mean, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, think of all the followers you could get if you appear on TV. I mean, she's probably just raking them in hand over fist.
Is this true?
No.
Well, okay, of course she would say that to you. But she's getting followers all the same right now as we speak. And, just to take a minute for a sec, speaking of followers, for anyone who's watching this show and hates it, hey, why don't you change the channel, numbnuts? You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. Anyway, there's a phone number and an email address right on below me or whatever. Getting back to you, Mr. Briggs, I think it is clear that your daughter is seeking out attention. I think there's also, it's worth saying, I'm pretty sure she has some psychotic problems, like possibly totally a psychopath, maybe a sociopath too. I don't know what the difference is, but I'm just telling you this, okay?
What is this, Dr. Phil?
All right, honey, why don't you get your purse? I think I think we're going to get you out of here.
What?
I can't expose you like this.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Language? We have talked about this. Sorry.
You know what? Drop me off at Mom's on the way back.
Gentlemen, I apologize. This is all her mother's fault.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay.
We're glad you're doing the right thing.
Be careful with her, because here's the thing. With these Generation Zers, these Gen Zers, you give them an inch, you're going to want way more than a mile.
Yeah. Do you, by any chance, know? I mean, I got to do something. I got to get her to a doctor. Not the face so much, but what's going on upstairs.
Oh, yeah. No worries. After the show, give me a call. I know some people. I'll put you in touch.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Great show. Hey, listen, before you go, the number you dialed in from last week, was that your home number or cell number?
It was my cell. Why?
It's not important.
Okay. All right. Again, thanks a lot. I got to go solve this problem. Thank you. Honey! Honey!
Well, I think that was really productive, right, guys?
Oh, man.
Whoa.
Come on. I mean, look. We gave great advice. And think about how much money that guy just saved. I mean, can you imagine if we gave this advice out for actual money costs? God damn, we'd be making it just filthy rich.
Well, he definitely has a problem on his hands. That girl is a dumpster fire.
Absolutely. A train wreck and an abomination all wrapped in one.
Unbelievable.
Stay away.
Unbelievable what some people will do for fame and fortune.
Yep.
Anyway, Marty, would you like to sign us off? Marty?
This has been another episode of Reasonable Men. I'm Marty McDonald, your host. We'll see you next week. Good night. Hi, I'm Marty McDonald, and welcome to Reasonable Men. I'm your host, Marty McDonald, and with me tonight are my good friends Abe Whitman and Walter Davis. Guys, how we doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Marty. How about you, Abe?
Don't even ask!
Uh-oh. Here we go.
So I was out eating with my wife today, all right? Mm-hmm. Behind us, there was this family, right?
Yep.
Okay. 2 kids. 2 boys. Because the parents are lazy and negligent, they let their 2 boys bring in their Nintendo Switch so they could play games while they're waiting for their food. Tell me, whatever happened to crayons? Huh?
Don't look at me. I don't have kids.
Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, they're playing this game, right? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, I hear, "I'm going to kill you." I'll repeat that. I'm going to kill you.
You're kidding.
This is not something to joke about. And you know what was even worse? The parents didn't even flinch.
Wow.
You know, not addressing the problem is how you get these kids with those, bad thoughts.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It's unfathomable to me that kids behave that way.
Well, that's because the parents don't even care.
No.
I mean, that's what happens. They don't address the problem, and that's how you get these kids with those sketchy ideas. That's what happens. They're your kids. What are you afraid of, huh? They're not gonna kill you if you raise them right. Hell, they won't even dare utter the word if you do it right. See, that is the problem. When you don't address the problem, you get these kids with these bad thoughts, and then you end up in court saying, the devil made me do it, or they were hearing voices.
Wow.
And they say, oh, how could this have happened when anyone would have known if they just listened?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
God. Makes me sick. You know what?
What?
I was probably one of those kids once, to an extent.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I told my dad I wanted to punch him.
Really? What happened?
I don't know if I should.
Sorry, Abe, sorry. I thought I could hold it till the end of the show, but I really
Oh, he is not going to make it.
Nope.
So, watching anything new these days?
No. You?
Yeah, actually.
What's that?
I started watching InfoWars. Ever hear of it?
It rings a bell.
You know, I got to tell you something. I heard this on InfoWars. Blew my mind, okay? And I feel like I have to tell you. Apparently the government is putting chemicals in the water that are turning frogs homosexual.
Don't be ridiculous. What?
Why would I make something like that up?
But what would the government have to gain from turning the frogs gay?
You tell me, okay? If they can do it to frogs, they can do it to humans. That's all I'm saying, okay? But if I were you, I would start buying my water.
I'm back. Oh, all right. Let's get started.
Yeah, where were we?
Let's get started. Abe was deciding whether or not to tell us something about his childhood.
I'm going to talk about it, Marty. While you were away, Walter showed me how important the truth is. Keeping it to myself would be selfish.
Well, I think you would have told us anyway, Abe. You're not known for having much of a filter.
Maybe. I mean, whatever. We're wasting daylight here. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
All right.
Walter, I will tell you what happened. I told my dad I wanted to punch him, so he laid the belt on me. Told me that he wouldn't tolerate one single instance of disobedience under his roof. He beat me so hard that I saw my life flash before my eyes. I begged for my mother. I begged for him to stop. And by the time he did stop, I was covered in these black and blue bruises all over my back. At the time, it hurt like hell. But now, today, I thank him for it. I thank him for it. Because he made me into the man I am today. A man who won't take no for an answer. A man with 3 luxury vehicles, 2 houses, and a trust fund with more money in it than I know what to do with. A reasonable man.
And you know what he did? He instilled reasonable values
That
in
he
you
did.
as well.
That he did. And he still does. You know, not like these parents who you see today. I can't believe when I walk into a cafe or go to get a pizza or something and hear one of these beautiful children say something like that.
And you know what? It's become the norm.
Oh, of course. And you know, putting aside what these kids say, you can see it in their eyes. I tell you, I've been to the schools. I've been down into the schools.
Really?
I've seen it. Yes, I have seen it in their eyes. If you don't hear what they're saying, you can see it. A dozen ticking time bombs just walking around waiting to go off. Oh, man, it makes me sick. I mean, these teachers, they don't care.
No.
And the students know they don't care.
Hell, their own classmates don't even care.
No, they don't.
No,
No.
they don't care.
Hey, babe. I just want to say I think you're really onto something.
Yeah.
I had an incident with my son Marvin just a few weeks ago. I caught him trying to steal one of my cigarettes.
Really?
Wait, but hold on. Marvin's way too young to be smoking.
He is. He's only
Yeah.
5 years old. He was curious, and, but I caught him with the lighter and reaching up for the cigarettes on the counter.
Oh.
Yeah, couldn't believe it.
Tell us what happened.
I said, all right, Marvin, you want to act like an adult, then you're going to be like an adult, and you're going to smoke as much as I do.
Wow.
I smoke 2 packs a day, so that was his punishment.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I mean, that's a good punishment. It'll teach him. That's only reasonable.
That's right.
That'll teach him. So how'd it work out? Yeah.
Oh, he hated it. He absolutely despised it. He wanted to quit after one, but he knew what he was getting himself into.
Uh-huh.
So,
He might resent you for it now, but eventually he's gonna thank you for that.
yeah. Yes, I agree. I mean, let's moving on. Now, let's have our guest come on. Please welcome Mr. Charlie Jameson. Charlie.
Jesus Christ. Hi, Marty. Glad to be here. Is something wrong?
No. I was expecting, I just wanted really.
So, Charlie, you're from Worcester?
No, what? I grew up in Shrewsbury. I never even set foot in Worcester. I live in Northborough now, but I occasionally still work in Shrewsbury as a substitute teacher for Oak Middle School.
Oh, okay, that explains it. I mean, you're very well spoken.
Thanks, so are you.
Well, okay, yeah, but people like me are sort of expected to talk like this, so. Yeah.
People like you, people with decent education.
I mean, people like you who. Let's talk about your job.
Yeah. Sure.
When you walk into the school, do you get a lot of hostile vibes?
Yeah.
No, I'm actually a pretty popular sub. They know me well in Northborough.
Oh, please. Okay.
Why, am I supposed to be getting hostile vibes?
Charlie, all of us know that the teachers hate the students. They don't care. And the students know that the teachers don't care.
Nope, sorry, that's just not true. If I ever have a problem with a kid, what I do is I usually take them aside and talk to them after class. And if I notice that they're having a problem, then I tell the other teachers to keep an eye on that student to make sure they're okay.
So you gossip about them behind their backs. That's what you do. Okay, really nice, Charlie, real nice. Why don't you pick on someone your own size, huh?
It's not gossiping. I'm actually doing my job.
It actually sounds like your job is to gossip, right? Am I right, fellas? Listen, do you know of any kids that might have daddy issues?
What?
I just want to make sure that you're doing your job.
I'm not telling you anything like that.
Oh, I knew it. Another one who works for the school, huh? Yeah, doing your job for the school.
Look, we all do our jobs.
You know what? I pay your paycheck, mister. My taxes pay for that. So you should tell me.
Listen, I'm not going to tell you anything like that because it would violate my contract in public access TV, no less.
You know what? Oh, fine. It's not important anyway.
So anyway, tell us more about what you do.
What's the worst thing that a kid's done that you've had to discipline them about?
For me personally, I think they took out a phone during a test, something like that.
God. Charlie,
That's it?
Charlie,
Sure, yeah?
I'm going to cut to the chase here. Do you believe that we should bring back paddling into public schools?
Fuck.
It's a serious question here, Charlie. Okay? It's an established thing. Whenever a kid gets out of line, you beat him back into it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not true. That's just not true at all.
Yes, it is true. I've experienced it. Marty's experienced it. I'm pretty sure everyone at this table has experienced it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. But...
Huh?
No, I'm not telling you guys anything else. You guys are deranged.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, you fucking coward. Run away.
You know what? Some people can't have an honest argument.
No,
they cannot. Marty?
Marty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marty, yeah. We're good? We're good. I'm Marty McDonald, and this has been another episode of Reasonable Men. Join us next time. Good night. Hi, this is Marty McDonald, and welcome to another episode of Reasonable Men. I'm your host, and with me are my usual companions, Abe Whitman and Walter Davis. What's going on tonight, fellas?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So I was doing some gardening earlier today, and when I tend to my garden, I like to make sure that I'm not being bit by mosquitoes. So I always like to put a nice layer of pesticide down.
Can't blame you there. Mosquitoes suck.
Quite literally. So anyway, it's been a while since I've given it a good soaking. So I go into the shed to get the pesticide, right? So because that's where I keep it, right?
Right.
So I go in there and I discover that I'm completely out. So I have to drive to Home Depot. And I get to Home Depot and they are out as well. All they had was this more expensive, environmentally friendly, organic stuff.
Yeah, it grinds my gears.
It grinds mine as well because I made the trip all the way there and came back empty-handed.
Well, wait, I mean, you didn't just buy it for the one time?
No, that's how they get you, right? And I'm smarter than that. And I'm actually going to teach our viewers at home how they can be smart as well.
Oh, do tell. I'm very intrigued.
So there's a common household detergent called sodium hypochlorite, right? You may know it at home as bleach. It's very, very effective at killing just about anything, right? So you just hose down your garden with this stuff, and you won't have to worry about any mosquitoes biting you for a fat minute.
Sounds pretty effective. Although you said that it kills almost anything, so does that include plants?
It doesn't. And I'll show you, and I'll show you at home too. Can I get a whiteboard? If you could bring a whiteboard out.
We got one.
Yeah, just a whiteboard. Just some sort of.
It's
Oh,
a big
perfect.
one.
Thanks, guys. Okay.
White, big white.
All right. So, okay. So bleach is made up of this chemical compound, right? So it's NaClO, right? That's one sodium atom, one chlorine atom, and one oxygen atom. Now we all know that plants need water, and water, H2O, right? That's 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Well, pay attention because this is the important part right here, okay? Now, as you can see, bleach contains oxygen, a key component in water. When we say plants need water, another way of saying that is they need H2O. So naturally, if you feed a plant water, it's going to take the hydrogen and the oxygen, as it needs both of these elements. But if you pour bleach, what it doesn't need are these elements, right? Now, plants and animals aren't like humans. They don't eat snacks and sweets. They only eat what they need to survive. Now, if I'm a plant, this is what I'm going to eat. I'm not going to eat this because I don't need it.
Walter.
Wow.
That's really cool. I didn't know you knew all this science stuff.
It's cool.
Surely you didn't learn it from the town school system.
What, Shrewsbury?
Right.
No. I was homeschooled. No. My dad taught me everything I need to know about science.
Really?
Oh yeah. When I was at Shrewsbury Public School, I got straight F's in science. But once my dad started to teach me, straight A's every time.
Tell me some more cool science stuff.
Well, I'm not sure if we have enough time. But,
Oh, come on.
well, okay. You know how everyone believes that the world is round, right?
Most
right?
do,
Well, look, I'm not saying it's flat, but there are some serious inconsistencies that I think are worth looking into.
Wow.
What's worth looking into?
Don't worry about it. Do we have a guest coming on tonight?
Nope.
Great. All right. So I think we probably have just enough time for me to talk about a subject that has been pressing on my mind. There's an issue lately that's been making my blood boil. You idiots, voting to make the town's grass look nice. What the hell is wrong with you? Where's your backbone? I mean, are you trying to tell me that the three of us are the only people in this community with any sanity whatsoever? You know what? You can all just go jump off a cliff for all I care. Or, hey, better yet, maybe take a nice long bath with your toaster. Idiots. Voting to make the town's grass look nice and green. Hell's the matter with you? You know what we should do instead? Replace the grass with mud. Just paint it green. No one's going to notice a difference, right? Come on. Or, you know what? Better yet, way better idea. Rip up all of the grass, replace it with AstroTurf. I mean, yeah, it'll cost a pretty penny at first, but now we don't have to worry about paying for all that stupid seed anymore. Right. And while we're at it, we can lay off those useless lawn care workers. Who will know? Who will know?
I wouldn't.
Exactly. You wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. No. My dog might know because, I'll take him out for a walk and he'll have to take a piss. Maybe he'll know. But that's it. Yeah. What are we doing wasting our money? My money, your money. What are we doing?
I think you're onto something here.
I know I am onto something here. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you were ever happy with how the town was spending your money?
Honestly, I can't remember.
Exactly. Marty, what about you? When was the last time?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Marty, there was a question. I asked you a question, you idiot.
What was it?
When was the last time you were ever happy about how the town was spending your money?
How about never?
Yeah, now you're talking. Never. Tell me, why did we need a new bridge? The old bridge was fine. I mean, come on! Now we got this new Whole Foods Plaza coming in. What's next? I tell you, Shrewsbury is going to hell. That's right. I said it. Shrewsbury is going to hell. You don't agree? Call me. Prove me wrong. There's my number. Call me up, you sissies, you wimps. Tell me. Why do we need a colored bridge when the old one was just fine? Why do we need the new Whole Foods? And don't even get me started on those new apartments they're building now. Jesus, whose bright idea was that? Now, not only do we have this new fancy shit, now we got new people moving into Shrewsbury, as if we don't have enough people already as it is. And you know what happens? When new people move in, you get weirdos.
Oh, yeah.
These new people could have diseases. These new people could be psychos. These new people could be maniacs. Okay. Hi, who are you? Why are you here? We're in the middle of a show.
Hi, is this Reasonable Men?
Yeah, why?
I'm the guest.
Oh, we aren't ready for you. Can you give us a minute?
Okay, all right, cut!
I'm the host.
Cut! Marty, you said there weren't any guests.
I forgot.
Yeah, no shit, you forgot. What's she going to be talking about?
Paper bag. She wants to debate us.
Great, okay, so none of us are prepared for that. It would have been nice if you told us this, I don't know, a week ago. Oh, and by the way, she's a woman. And this show is called Reasonable Men.
Well, it's my show, Abe. I'm the host.
All right. Calm down, boys. Let's just bring her in here and prove to her why plastics are the way to go, right?
I have no idea where we are now.
Nor do I.
You were telling everyone how they're letting it happen.
You're right. Thank you, Marty, for proving that at least some of you was present. Recording!
Everyone, please welcome Olivia Kent.
Here, let me help you with that. Okay. Wow, you've got a big hair. Hold on, let me just get that. Sorry, my hands are a little cold. Just butterfingers today. Let me just get that on there. There, I think that should be okay.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks so
welcome.
much. Thanks, Marty.
Sure.
I wouldn't exactly call myself a tree killer, though.
Well, we all know paper comes from wood, and wood comes from trees. So how else would you describe yourself?
Someone who's trying to reduce their carbon footprint. I mean, paper's good. It decomposes naturally. You can't do that with plastic.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The Earth is dying. We
Oh,
need to-
please. Okay, don't even start with this Earth is dying shit. All right? We were just talking about this. I'm literally paying to make the grass grow. It's fine.
Okay, it doesn't work that way. And I'm sorry, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, I'm just giving you a neck massage.
Okay, I don't need a neck massage.
So tense.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I don't want a neck massage. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay. If I may. Olivia, what's your proof that plastic bags are bad for the environment?
It's kind of a known fact. What's your proof that they're good?
Well, they're more durable.
Yes, they're less likely to tear than paper, but everyone always thinks the same thing. There's paper, plastic, and the third alternative everyone always forgets, reusable bags.
No, okay, those are way too much work. I have to put them in my car, remembering to do that before I go to the grocery store. Then I gotta unpack them when I get home. Then I gotta remember to put them in my car again, and I have to wash them out sometimes.
Okay, you're making this a much bigger deal than it is. So you're saying you'd like to keep our planet on the track to a slow but very real apocalypse just to make your shopping a little easier?
No, don't. Okay, don't do that. All right, I'll be long dead.
You'll be here when the Arctic melts.
Okay, it's not melting, all right? NASA, all right? NASA knows things, all right?
Okay, NASA doesn't...
No, NASA doesn't want to tell you certain things. But I know. I know things. I have been on the internet. I have searched things out, and I'm not going to go into it here because we don't have the time for that right now, but I will tell you all that if you look it up, you will find the information. NASA tells lies. The ice caps, that's one of them.
Yep.
Big time.
Okay,
What?
nothing. Do any of you at least believe that plastic is harmful?
Oh, really? Oh, unless it winds up in the ocean.
Oh, yeah, it shouldn't be in the ocean.
I mean, they're toxic. They're toxic to humans. They're harming us right now, and we're just blissfully unaware.
If I may, gorgeous. Do you think the only way that a plastic bag can harm someone if it did something like this to someone?
Hi, this is Marty McDonald, and you're watching another episode of Reasonable Men. I'm your host, and with me tonight are my good friends Abe Whitman and Walter Davis. What's going on tonight, guys?
Not much. How about you, Abe?
Fucking pissed! I had a disaster of a day, but I'm thankful that I'm on TV right now so I can rip the whole town to shreds about it.
What happened?
All right, so you know that new rule about banning plastic bags?
Of course. How could anyone forget?
Well, guess what? I kept mine. That's right. I kept them!
So did I. I think you're allowed to.
That's what you might think! I was going shopping this morning, so I checked under my sink because that's where I've been keeping my bags since forever.
And they weren't there?
But what do you think? Of course not! Of course they weren't there! Apparently, my good-for-nothing snot-nosed younger brother thought it would be a good idea to throw all my bags out! He told me, and I quote, "It's not environmentally friendly."
Oh my God.
You know what? You know whose fault it really is? You! You idiots! You spineless, brain-dead morons! Just like my younger brother. Telling me about the ice caps in Antarctica that are melting or something. Pfft, who cares? They're not melting. Have you seen pictures? The ice is still there. Antarctica's not going anywhere, morons. And speaking of people who could go somewhere, why don't you go there? Move there. Leave the town to people like us, good people, who can pick up after you.
Wow, that's awful, Abe. So you have no plastic bags left at all?
I have one, but I don't use it for cargo.
It's a bag. What else would you use it for?
My pillowcase?
Of course.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not switching. I'm not switching from plastic bags. I'll die before I go to paper bags. And you know what? If anyone wants to challenge me on that, come on! Take a swing at the king! But you better not miss! I know none of you will take a chance. Alright? There's the number, there's the email, do your worst. But I know, none of them are going to call. None of them are going to do a damn thing. Because everyone in this town is spineless, they're losers, just like the elected officials that we keep voting for, apparently, who are wasting our tax money on all this useless nonsense like banning plastic bags. I tell you, Shrewsbury's going to hell.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And let's not forget that plastic bags aren't the only step backwards that Shrewsbury's taken when it comes to making things out of paper.
Can you elaborate on that?
I'm just going to jump in here for a moment, Abe. I'm the host, so I'll ask the questions, okay? Can you elaborate on that for us, Walter?
Well, yeah, there was that whole vote to replace plastic straws with paper straws.
Oh, God, don't get me started on that, all right? The amount of money we're wasting on that, who wants paper straws? No one does.
No, I can't afford paper straws. I have enough to pay for. I can't pay for straws. I can't pay for the Beale School. I can't pay for the library. I can't pay for a lawyer.
Okay, cut!
I'm the host. Cut!
Walter? Hey,
What's
Walter,
going on, man?
what's the matter? What's going on?
So, my wife watched the show for the first time last week.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Finally, some support.
She says she wants a divorce.
Oh, Walter, no. Why would she want a thing like that?
I don't know. She says it's the way I compose myself. That I'm a totally different person.
That's not true.
It's not true. Come on, man. Listen, let's be realistic. You can pay for a lawyer. You can pay for the library. You can pay for the Beale School. It's really just a lot of shit you don't want to pay for, but you can do it.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, better than being a millennial, right? The college debt.
Yeah, don't get me started. All they want is free education.
Exactly. Come on, you ready to do this?
Yeah. All right. Where were we?
I have no idea.
Tax dollars and paper straws.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree, Abe. I can't afford paper straws.
No, you know what? No one can afford it, but we have to, have this forced on us by these morons who are running the town. And you know what? I hate it. These paper straws. You drink in them,
And then they all get stuck together, and then you can't drink your drink no more. It's like trying to breathe through a cigar. You know what? I hope that everyone who voted for those paper straws to be forced onto our lives, I hope they drink, and then it goes all the way sucked into their throat, and then they choke, and then they die. I tell you, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Shrewsbury's going to hell.
We may already be in it, Abe. I don't think there's a way out unless we move, right, Marty?
Actually, I have an idea.
Well, Marty, share then, because I mean, if you have an idea for how to get our team going,
We get involved.
What do you think we're doing here, Marty?
No, I mean we form a committee.
hey, Marty, that's a really good idea. We just get a committee together and like change the town from the inside.
Yes.
Genius. Oh my God. Wait, okay, cut. I don't want anyone to hear this. This is ours. This is our idea.
I'm the host. Cut.
Okay. So what we do, we gather a group of like-minded people. We get them together, a committee, a group of reasonable men, if you will. And we meet and we talk about ways that we could actually make sensible changes in this town.
I'm actually excited. I do have one concern, though.
What's that?
Well, what if the committee isn't approved?
Well, of course it'll be approved. We're going to get a group of like-minded people who are disappointed just like us in the way the town runs.
Okay. But what if the committee isn't approved?
Well, then it's too late. The town has gone to hell, and there's no chance of saving it. No turning back.
None at all?
None.
Damn, that sucks. I've lived in Shrewsbury my whole life.
Well, okay, whoa, hold on there, buddy. Who said anything about moving? Just because, things are bad doesn't mean we're going to move away.
Well, you said that would mean it's gone to hell with no chance of coming back. Right?
Yeah, but I'm not saying that it's like, we're not going to ever live here again. Oh, think about it. Come on.
Okay.
Someone order an Uber Eats?
Oh, good. Yes. Thank you. Sorry.
Marty? What the fuck? Marty? What? Why are you eating a Big Mac on set? What are you gonna do? You're gonna spill? You're gonna get it on your shirt? You're gonna get it on the microphone? Did you think any of this through?
I think it's self-explanatory.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's self-explanatory. Yeah. Of course, it's self-explanatory. No, right. Because what we did, of course, we just ordered Mickey D's. All three of us, we ordered Mickey D's in the middle of a live broadcast of the show that we're working on. That's it. That's what we did. We all got Mickey D's, right? Hey, Walter, go right now. Download Uber Eats onto your phone and order a Big Mac, right? Because we don't care about professionalism or anything like that. Not do it! You don't think this is acceptable?
I'm sorry, Abe. I didn't know it meant that much to you.
Jesus Christ. Are we rolling?
Wait. I'm not ready. Hold on. Okay. All right, let's roll.
Well, wait. Before we jump into this, I just want to know, do we have a guest on tonight?
No.
Okay. Great. So what do you want to end on? Where were we?
I just pitched the idea of forming a committee, but we're going to edit that out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay. So we're all going to agree that Shrewsbury is going to hell.
Yeah. let's just roll. Let's go.
We're rolling. That's right, Walter. This town is jammed unless we do something about it fast. We need a leader soon.
Yeah.
Someone people admire.
Yeah, is what we need. You know.
No one is stepping up to the plate.
Yeah. You know, and it's a real shame that no one has come forward and thrown their hat in, because I tell you, every day that goes by and we don't have a real leader is another day that my tax dollars are going to those goddamn schools. I mean, do you know how many snow days these kids are getting now? It's out of control. I remember when I was a kid, we would go to school in the middle of an F5 tornado.
Well, you weren't even alive during the last Shrewsbury tornado.
Okay, I know that, Walter, thank you, but I'm saying that I know that we would have gone. I mean, these kids now, if their teachers and principals look out in the sky and see a little bit of a cloud, they cancel it, fucking wimps.
All too true, my friend.
Yeah, I tell you, I just want someone to take up the mantle of leadership in this town, all right? I'll vote for them. I will vote for them if someone would just take the lead. Anyone out there, anyone, if you are watching this right now, and you agree with what we are saying, we will vote for you. You are not alone.
You never are. Marty, I'm going to take that as a vote of confidence.
As will I. It's always fun to spread the truth around with all of you. I am Abe Whitman.
Abe, I'm really starting to think that you don't see me as an equal here. I'm the host.
Of course, Marty. It was a mistake. I apologize.
We can edit this out too, right? Just jump to me after Walter instead of Abe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, it looks like we're out of time tonight. I'm Marty McDonald. This has been another episode of Reasonable Men. I'm your host, and we'll see you next week. Good night. Hi, this is Marty McDonald, and welcome to another episode of Reasonable Men. I'm your host, and with me tonight are my good friends Abe Whitman and Walter Davis. Guys, we're here tonight to talk about a subject that's on a lot of people's minds here in Shrewsbury. What is it? Schools, and how your tax dollars are going to waste. Abe, if you'd like to start us off.
Thank you, Marty. You know, I've lived in Shrewsbury for a long time.
Oh, hang on, Abe. I gotta take a dump. You can edit this, right? All right, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, boys.
Any big plans for the weekend?
No. You?
I was thinking of going to the casino.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Why, you want to come?
Hell yeah. If my wife will let me. She thinks I'm developing a problem. Fucking bitch.
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
No, well, that's all women, right? But you're right. No, she comes up to me and is like, Abe, how could you lose $300 at the casino? How could you be so careless? And I'm trying to tell her that they're taking way more money out of my wallet, hiring these stupid teachers and then giving them raises. I mean, how am I the problem here?
Exactly. You're not.
It's just not right, man.
It's not right.
Sir, you can't do that in here.
Unbelievable. Can you believe this? My doctor tells me that smoking these will give me cancer. And I've been smoking them for years, and guess what? No cancer. Idiots.
All right. Back. Okay. Alrighty.
Great. Where do we leave off?
I was talking about the schools, or leading up to it, I guess.
You were leading up to it. We can take it from the top if that's easier, guys.
Might as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hi, this is Marty McDonald, and welcome to another episode of Reasonable Men. I'm your host, and with me tonight are my two good friends, Abe Whitman and Walter Davis. Guys, we're here tonight to talk about a subject that's on a lot of people's minds here in Shrewsbury. What is it? Schools! And how your tax dollars are going to waste. Abe, if you'd like to start us off.
Thank you, Marty.
Time.
I've lived in Shrewsbury since conception, and I will until rigor mortis. When I was born here, this town was full of genuine, pure, gleaming white rays of aspiration. Lately, those white rays that have been gleaming so brightly have been getting a little less bright. Idiotic policies passed by people who don't know anything. Morons getting hired who don't have any idea what common sense is if it hit them in the face. I mean, am I in the wrong here?
Absolutely not. I mean, when did when did Shrewsbury sell its soul to these fraudulent bastards, huh? My question is Shrewsbury investing too much money into the future? Marty? Marty?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree. Yeah, I do.
I was on niche.com earlier today working on my next big letter to that bigwig superintendent.
Yeah, niche, what's niche.com?
So niche.com is this website where it takes all this data from engineers, scientists, parents, on every topic you can fathom.
Oh, so it's legit.
Oh, it's legit.
Okay.
Niche.com, you can compare report cards, reviews. I mean, you can even see what communities might best suit you for work.
I don't think I'm following you.
It also ranks schools.
Oh.
So there you go.
Okay.
So, on niche.com, Shrewsbury Public School Systems ranks 279th out of 10,758 school districts all across America. I mean, that's pretty great, right?
That is astronomical.
Yeah. Marty, what do you think about that?
Oh, yeah. Bananas.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. I mean, how much higher do we have to go? I mean, we're never going to be number one.
No, we're never going to be number one. So why should we bother striving for that top place and spending so much money? Let's cut back on the spending. Let's get to 1,000th, even 2,000th, as long as we're in the top half.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
No, it's never going to happen. We should stop spending so much money on these schools.
Or libraries.
Do not get me started on that goddamn library!
Oh my God, libraries. Yeah.
God!
I'd just like to interject a story about the library, if I could, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
My nephew, Jerry, used to go to the old library before it was demolished. He'd go there after school with his friends, and then he had to start going someplace, find someplace else to go. And couldn't go to the Glavin Center. That was just too far to walk. And so he ends up going down after school to Dean Park. Well, one day, he forgets he has a doctor's appointment. My sister, his mom, trying to get in touch with him, texting him, no response. So she goes down there. And guess what she found?
What?
Smoking marijuana with his friend.
Oh, geez.
The destruction of that library took its toughest toll on that kid.
Wow.
My very nephew.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Marty.
That must have really taken a toll on him. What's he doing now?
Well, now that the new library is finished, he can go back there and study again with his friends. If we hadn't voted for it in the first place, this never would have happened. Can you imagine how many innocent children started smoking the devil's lettuce because of this? Pathetic. How many parents' hearts were broken?
That is pretty scary to think about. Yeah.
Well, I know, and that's why I've invited a professional on our show tonight to talk about it and the issues with the Shrewsbury school system.
I'm sorry, wait, what? You invited a guest? You didn't tell us you had a guest coming. I didn't prepare for a guest.
Neither did I.
Well, this is arguably our most important, serious issue, guys. We need someone to have our backs here. Right? We need to bring someone in here with some credibility.
All right.
Yeah, we do.
Right? All right, so without further ado, please welcome Howard Raymond.
Hey, Howard.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
You got it?
Hi, folks. Hi, Marty. Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
So, Howard, you look like an intelligent sort of fella. Did you grow up around here?
Yes, I did.
So, what's it like being, both an insider and an outsider at the same time?
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you work for the Shrewsbury public school system, but then at the same time, you vote against most of these ridiculous policies that get passed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I work for I don't work for the school system.
What?
I'm a paleontologist.
What?
I dig up dinosaur bones.
But you didn't get that smart naturally, did you?
Oh, no. I studied for years.
At college?
And grad school.
So, Shrewsbury public school system had no bearing on your intelligence, right?
Oh, well, of course it did. I mean, when I realized that I wasn't great at English, I was able to reevaluate my career options.
But we don't have dino class at Shrewsbury High.
No. So I did a lot of research at the library. Did I say something that...
Yeah, you fucking moron! You come on here and you spew your garbage, complete nuts.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I was supposed to say something specific.
Fine. Hey, could we just edit this out? Okay. Okay. What we're gonna do? Can we get bars like those color bars thing for the last 2 minutes? Okay. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut to me saying thank you, Howard, for agreeing with everything I just said. Can we do that? Yeah. Great. Howard, I need you to just smile and nod.
Sure.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Howard, for agreeing with everything that I just said. That Shrewsbury public school system is a pathetic failure and that the library is a scam and a waste!
And I think that's all the time we have for tonight. So, Marty, if you'd like to sign us off. Nope. Okay. Well, this is Walter.
Oh, Walter, do you mind? I'm the host. I'd like to sign us off.
Sure.
Thanks. Thank you. I'm Marty McDonald, and this has been another episode of Reasonable Men. Thank you, and good night. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Hello and good evening. I'm Marty McDonald, and welcome to Reasonable Men. With me, as usual, are my friends A. Whitman and Walter Davis.
How you doing today, Marty? Great to be here.
It's a pleasure as always, Marty.
Tonight we'll be discussing taxes and whether or not we're putting too much into our future. What are your thoughts, guys?
It's a good question, Marty. When I think about it, I think we are indeed spending too much on our future. Specifically, we're putting too much money into our kids' education.
And what would you say would be a fair amount to put into their education?
Well, nothing. I mean, I don't go to school. Right. Why should I have to pay for it?
Bingo.
Hell, I pay more for those other kids to go to school than my parents ever paid for me. How's that fair?
It ain't. Not one bit.
Exactly. You take my money and you give it to someone else, that's called communism. Or as these leftists like to call it now, socialism.
Same shit, different name.
Right, exactly. Yep. If you want to go to school, that's fine, all well and dandy, but leave me out of it. Of course, these libs are going to complain, oh, if you don't go to school, then it's going to cost more for us to go to school. But you know what I say to them? Fuck them. You don't need to go to school. Right? Like Steve Jobs, he didn't go to school when he's a billionaire.
I never even thought about it in that way, but you make a good point. He was a self-made man.
Exactly. Him and Warren Buffett or whatever were in a garage and they made a working computer and I don't know, I guess they Googled whatever they didn't know and that's how they became experts.
That is a perfect antidote, Abe.
Yes, exactly. All right? You know what? This town has so many resources that kids can use to learn for free, like that stupid fucking library. That's all you need. And okay, if your kid is such a lazy POS that they have to go to school, it shouldn't be that expensive. I mean, come on. I went to Shrewsbury High, 15 years ago? It was not that expensive.
For what we're paying now, those kids should be 5 times as smart.
Exactly. And even if they were, it wouldn't matter because I'm not going to be alive for their future. Why should they have it an easier and better life than me?
That's a good point. What happened to every person is equal, right? The damn town's giving these kids an unfair advantage.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm glad, Walter, that you're bringing up more money equaling more knowledge. Because that's a perfect segue into our guest. Marty, you want to introduce him? Of course. All right, folks, we're going to see if we can put Walter's theory to the test. Give it up for Toby Klein.
Hey.
Come on in here, Toby.
Hey! Wow, look, it's Spider-Man. Hey, have a seat. Come on up here. Let's get you mic'd up here. All right, except for the purpose of this interview, I'm going to need you to take your mask off. So, we know your secret identity. That means we're going to have to kill all your friends and family.
Jesus. Nice one, nice.
Hey, sorry, kid. I didn't realize he was one of these hypersensitive millennial Gen Z types. Or, hey, sorry, kid. I was just kidding. I am not going to kill your friends and family. I don't even know where your family lives. Hey, nice fire truck. Your hair's on fire! Let's put it out. Wee-oo, 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 wee-oo. All right, the fire truck, get that ladder up there and get that kid's hair all put out. Wee-oo, wee-oo. There, see, I was just goofing, right? You're feeling better now, right? Great. There you go. That's good. So how old are you, Toby?
6.5.
Oh, wow. So you go to the Beale School? Okay. And how do you like it there?
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. Well, with the amount of money that we're pouring into that school system, I kind of hope it'd be better than just good. Okay. Toby, what do you want to be when you grow up? A firefighter?
Spider-Man.
Okay. What would you want to be as a backup plan in case you don't want to live as a complete societal reject? Yeah? No? Hey, Toby. Earth to Toby. What the hell's wrong with this kid?
His mom says he has ADHD. She gave us AIDS.
What? Are you serious? This millennial Gen Z snowflake bullshit. Another disease they make up so they can profit off of our youth. Serious? Okay. Hey, Toby. You know what a placebo is? Okay. A placebo is a medicine that you take and it only works because you believe it works.
Toby, this doesn't do anything, okay? It's sugar pills. The only thing it does is line the pockets of rich pharmaceutical executives by getting rich off of America's youth. Do you understand? Okay, here, take a couple.
But my mom said I could only have one.
I'm an adult.
Here, I'll do it. Okay, Marty, that's impressive that you're stepping up to the plate. Okay, here. Yeah, put those, yeah. Jesus, okay. Yeah, how you doing there, buddy? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so, Toby, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know, of course, assuming that it doesn't work out for you becoming the old webhead.
Batman.
Well, what I think Abe means is what's your day job? What does your secret identity do for a living?
I don't know.
Well, what do you like?
Playing.
And here you have it, an absolute joke of a generation.
Yeah. It's disgusting. It's sad. Hey, Toby. Hey, what's 7 times 3?
I don't know.
Disgraceful. You bring shame on the entire human race, look. Twat.
That was pretty stupid of you, Toby.
Yeah. It's clear just how much of a lost cause all this tax dollars were throwing at kids like this, you know? Jesus.
Toby, would you agree that we're spending too much on your education? I don't have all day. Either answer the question or beat it.
I don't know.
Well, what do you know? Do you know 2 + 2 = 4? Do you know what's up and what's down? Do you know how to feed yourself, rat-faced little goblin?
Okay, hey, Marty, calm down for a second. Let me try a different tack. Hey, tell me. All right. I just took your property. How does that make you feel?
Not good.
Yeah? Do you want it back?
Yes, please.
Well, okay. You can't have it back. It's mine now, and I want to throw it straight into the garbage. Toby, what just happened there is I took your property, a.k.a. your fire truck, a.k.a. your money, and I wasted it. That is what happens every day with the U.S. government. They take your fire truck and they waste it so they can get rich off of their corrupt bureaucrat friends. And you know what? Do you want it back? Huh? Yeah, you want it back?
Yes, please.
What are you going to do about it, Pipsqueak? Huh? You going to try to revolt against me? Huh? Please, I'm twice your size and I got 2 of my friends here. You can't do anything about it.
Can I have my car back?
No, Toby, you deplorable little oxygen thief. Not until I get back $1,000 I have put in to your library and your schooling. Huh? Huh? You like that, Toby? We ain't done yet. Yeah! Yeah! Come on! Come on! You got nothing! This is what the government thinks about you, Toby! This is all they ever care about, Toby! Okay, hey. I know. Here. Don't feel bad. I just taught you a very valuable lesson. Okay, Toby? Taxation is theft. Say it into the camera. Say it into the camera. Right there. Ooh, no. Say it into that camera right there. Taxation is theft.
Taxation is theft.
Louder!
Taxation is theft.
Attaboy, Toby. Attaboy. Very good. I feel like this went really well. Hey, guys, do you have any other questions, or what should we do? You know? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Hey, school board? Hey, hi, it's me, Abe Whitman. I just taught this kid here more than he would learn in his entire life for free! Are you taking notes? You better be!
Do you mind if we cut this episode a little
Marty, you look like absolute fucking
little
garbage.
short? I am not feeling so hot.
Holy Jesus.
Me too, Abe.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I took some of those meds. I thought it would be fun, but now it's. Can you make the room stop spinning, please?
Wait, did both of you OD'd on sugar? Seriously? This is the second most disgraceful thing I have seen all day. Anyway, I'll close this out. Thank you to our guest, Toby Klein, for coming in and showing us how much of an absolute disgrace and bankrupt generation that will be inheriting God's good earth. My name is Abe Whitman. You can send any comments, questions, etc. to shrewsburyisgoingtohell@gmail.com, or just text or call us at the number below. And I hope to see you again next time. Thank you very much, Shrewsbury.
Hello and welcome to Reasonable Men. I'm your host, Marty McDonald, joined as always by my good friends Abe Whitman and Walter Davis. As our viewers know, we rarely talk politics on this show, but rather take a nuanced look at complex issues and provide practical yet effective solutions. However, with an upcoming presidential election and the sensationalist left ready to elect a literal communist as the next leader of the free world, we must deviate from our normal topics for the sake of our country. On tonight's politically charged episode, we'll discuss the major candidates and who would be the best one to represent a rather large town such as Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. For a little political diversity, please welcome to the show our guest, Keith Morton, Keith Morton, a registered Democrat.
Thank you for the correction, and it's an honor to be here.
Okay, so before we get started, Keith, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, as you said, I'm a registered Democrat. That's why
I'm the host.
He is the host, so we should show him a little bit more respect.
Really? You're going to take his side on this? He was just sitting there, not saying anything. I spoke up. Sue me.
It's just not right, Abe. It's not right, and you know it.
Okay, you are a goddamn lunatic, Marty. All right, Keith, do you care who asks you the questions?
please don't involve me in whatever this thing you guys got going on here.
See? You made him uncomfortable, Marty. You want to be the host? Then pay attention, goddammit. Come on, Keith, just keep going. Whatever you're saying.
Abe, please.
Fine.
Please let me have it.
We'll have to edit this, though. You realize we'll have to cut.
All right.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Yeah, just
So, Keith, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Right. So anyway, I'm a registered Democrat. That's why you guys asked me to be on here after all. And, real funny, guys. Real funny.
What?
Truth hurts.
Keith Morton, registered snowflake.
I wonder how long it took you guys to come up with that one.
Not too
What? You didn't want us to assume your gender or species or whatever?
Pretty easy.
because he's liberal.
There you go.
Can you take your hands off me,
Wow,
please?
you actually feel pretty good. You work out there, buddy?
What the hell's wrong with this guy again?
Oh, sorry. You need a safe space or something?
Safe space. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Thank you. All right. Could we, actually, yeah. All right. In the back there, could we change his name?
Yeah, please fix the name. I'd appreciate that a lot.
Okay. We can get that done.
You good?
Thank you.
Got that changed? Fixed. All right. Good. You feeling good now? We just had to make sure we protected your so precious feelings, right? Anything else? You need some water, maybe some lobster, maybe even a massage. I don't know. I mean, damn, looking at you. Why don't you come home and sleep with my wife, huh? She won't mind. I don't care. Just say the words. Anything you want, you little millennial rat muncher.
How old are you?
No. Cut that shit out. You do not get to respond on my show. My show. Okay, listen, Marty! I swear to God, if you talk out of turn one more time, I will cut you up into such small pieces and bury you out back that they will never find your little body! You hear that? When you are in my studio, I am your God! Are we gonna cut that part out?
Yeah, we can just edit and post. Come on, we're waiting on you.
I assume you're referring to him. Come on. We're waiting on you.
I'm Keith. I grew up in Shrewsbury.
No wonder Shrewsbury's going to hell.
Anyway, I graduated from UMass Amherst, and yes, I am a Democrat. I've served on the student model for 4 years, and I was also in the government as well.
My wife went to that college, UMass Amherst.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You remind me a little bit of her. Maybe it's the eyes or the lips or the thighs, or maybe it's just what is that, strawberry? I don't know. He smells really good. I don't know what it is.
Can you please
I'm just
stop?
been so lonely, Keith. It's just... Do you know what I've had to resort to for physical contact? I'm sorry. I just... the other day, I tripped this complete stranger. This guy, he was just walking down the street, and I tripped him. Just so that I could reach down and help him up. Just so that I could feel his skin against my skin. And that rush that was 5 days ago. And that tank is almost empty now. Just, you do things when you miss the embrace of another human. I'm not proud of it. I've done some things that I'm ashamed of.
I can tell.
Depraved, maybe a little bit. But I've just been so lonely and desperate.
Well, you're going to remain lonely if you keep that attitude up.
I digress. Where were we?
I don't even know anymore.
Okay. I'm sorry, I can't really get this train back on the rails because our host is an idiot. So even when we're flying off a cliff, I can't ask questions. So
I agree.
Do you even know what we're talking about?
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, we were talking about college, right?
Jesus God.
Yes.
Someone kill me!
College.
So, what did you study, Keith? Politics?
I actually got my degree in the liberal arts.
What did they teach you how to paint blizzards?
I actually studied writing.
What, you didn't know how to write when you got to college? Maybe that's why the universities all lean to the left like that, because people don't know how to write when they get there. The libs need extra school, while the conservatives, we're already out there working.
Yeah, I bet. I wonder why your wife is leaving you. Yeah, I've seen your show. All you guys do is basically just belittle all of your people that you invite on here for various reasons, whether it can be about climate change or it could just be about, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever the case may be.
Okay. Hey, Keith, we don't need to divulge into insults. All right, can we keep it civil, above board, please?
Can you keep it civil?
Yeah, I can.
Please and thank you.
Yeah. You all right, Walter?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. We're going to move on now, okay?
Jesus Christ.
We're going to move on.
What's wrong with these people?
Keith, it's surprising to me to find out you not only have no real political background, but also no experience in anything related to politics whatsoever.
How do you guys not know this? I told you I worked at Starbucks before the show. Don't you remember,
It's for
any of you?
the audience, okay? Anyway, you're a lib, so what, you support universal health care?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so you want socialism. A thing that has never worked ever, certainly has not worked in America. And I hate to bring this up because we keep talking about our education system lately, but you would want to socialize healthcare just the way that our school system is already socialized. I mean, what was it, a couple of weeks ago or something? We had on some idiot kid named Todd or whatever who couldn't even know 7 times 3. He couldn't do it. So what you want is a shittier product for more money.
I believe in it because it's everybody's right to get the same quality of life as everyone else should.
Really? Okay, you, like the Starbucks employee, you're gonna put yourself, someone who can't even spell a goddamn name, on the same level as doctors and CEOs.
CEOs and doctors aren't regular
Okay,
people
you know what?
either?
No. See, here's the thing. You talk to a lib and they talk about universal health care, all they really mean is they want to take your money, and they're going to waste it, and they're going to use it for whatever drugs or whatever they want to do. They're going to build themselves up and leave you in the dust.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't even have a response. And that's good. I don't want you to respond. You've wasted enough of our time as it is. Okay, no. Okay? Keep talking like that. There's the door.
I'm
You
sorry.
can see
I'm sorry.
yourself out.
How is that a fair response? You're not even giving me.
He's talking about a fair response. Let's just keep moving on, all right? Because this is clearly just going off the rails. It's funny that, the one show where we invite an overt liberal. The one show! Mm-hmm. It is the most unfocused show we have ever had. And, well, there's your evidence why, of course.
Okay, then. I'm literally at a loss for words right now.
Wonderful. I like it that way. Let's move on, then. Let's talk about those alt-left presidential candidates. Keith, who do you support? Who do you back right now?
Well, it's quite early at the moment, but right now I'm going for Warren.
Pocahontas, really?
Yeah, nice one.
No offense there, homie, but a woman? Really? Warren is just another desperate attempt at diversity, like that Ghostbusters reboot, right? They don't mess with the formula. Don't mess with the formula. Now listen, I'm not sexist, but my wife, regardless of that, heartless bitch, Fiona, listen, she wasn't even able to hold down a job for more than 2 or 3 months. Women lack dedication. Not to mention they're highly emotional and arguably less intelligent than their male counterparts. And before I get a bunch of hate mail, all right, do your research. I love women. A lot. All right? But the research shows that they do not have the leadership capabilities of men.
It's sort of thing, why would you want to put someone who is so emotionally and intellectually compromised in charge of our great nation?
We shouldn't. We shouldn't. And quite honestly, I think it's more sexist to pretend that women can do the job of men.
This is on TV. You guys are well aware of that, right?
Yeah, we know. What are you trying? You know what? I want to cut back. One thing I want to ask you about. You are quoted as saying that you don't respect our president, the man who our soldiers and Afghan farmers have died for. Why is that?
I just think that he's a bad person.
Okay. So, this is how it works with Republicans,
Yep.
We go off of facts, and then the Democrats go off of feelings.
I find it interesting that you won't support a Republican president. I mean, I, in the past, have supported Democratic presidents. I mean, Bill Clinton, for one, right? I mean, I couldn't tell you a damn thing that he did. But he sacrificed, or nearly sacrificed, everything for love, And he was able to do that and keep his ogre of a wife at home and out of the public eye. And I can tell you something about ogres for wives.
Yeah. You know, and that's the thing. We've gotten pretty off track. We don't need to talk about Trump. God knows the corrupt, lying, crooked media is going to tell enough slanders about that good man as they will. So you know what? He can defend himself. We don't have to worry about that. Frankly, I think we've wasted enough time. So let's just run down the other Democratic candidates while we still can, right?
Sure. You guys are aware that ogre got the popular vote and should be president right now, right?
As I was saying, we're going to run down a list of Democratic candidates. Let's Biden. Let's start with Biden. You know what? I'm not a racist, so I'm just going to say Obama. Who we got next? Sanders, right? Bernie Sanders, please. Literal communist. Pass. Harris, I feel like we sort of proved why you shouldn't vote for her anyway. Right. Buttigieg, right?
Buttigieg.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Buttigieg.
Basically. He's gay, so I don't know. Probably has the same issue that women has. I don't know.
Why should that be an
homophobe,
issue?
I'm just saying. Anyway, finally, Yang. That's the guy, yeah, exactly. I don't even know if he was born in this country, so probably can't vote for him anyway because he's illegal. And the rest of the candidates I cannot remember the names of. So, yeah.
Remarkable. You just annihilated every Democratic candidate in one sentence each. How do you do it?
Unironically true. Thank you. You know what, Keith? We're way out of time, but we can give you the final word.
No. I mean, how could I possibly follow up such a well-balanced and authentic point of view? And just the intelligence in this room is radiating onto me. And you know what? I agree with everything you guys said. Not only that, but I think you should be Donald Trump's new VP. That's how good you are.
Wow. Keith, thank you for the thick sarcasm. Go fuck yourself. There's the door.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
You know what?
Touched a nerve, didn't we? There goes America's ass.
All right. Well, that's what you get, folks, when you invite a flaming liberal onto the show. The man just makes a mess, and that's what liberals do. Am I right, folks?
Yeah.
All right, Marty.
Well,
tell him.
That about wraps it up for this episode of Reasonable Men. Please go to our Gmail, shrewsburyisgoingtohell@gmail.com, or feel free to text us on the phone number below. Good night and vote responsibly. Hello, and welcome to Marty Minutes, a new show where I, Marty McDonald, take you on a personal and emotional journey through this crazy thing we call life. And who knows, maybe we'll pick up some life lessons along the way. Before we get started, though, this is not replacing my other extremely popular and critically acclaimed show, Reasonable Men. Unfortunately for fans of that show, Abe and Walter decided to go on vacation for 2 weeks, so I made the sacrifice of staying back here and preventing some brain-dead programming from taking our time slot. Not that they invited me, but had they asked, I would have turned them down. Luckily, I think you guys are really going to like this new show. It's the perfect way for you to get to know a little bit more about your favorite TV show host, Marty McDonald. On tonight's episode, I want to talk about a topic that's important, relevant, and I think that we can all relate to. The topic is love. I am fortunate enough to have been married to the same woman for 20 years. I know, like almost everyone out there, probably can't say the same. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe because you're stupid. Maybe because you're shy. Maybe you're ugly. Maybe it's a combination of all three. Doesn't matter. The truth is that everyone deserves love, even people like you. Now, allow me to tell you a story about my beloved nephew, Jerry. You remember Jerry? Jerry is, if you probably have never seen him, he's quite the looker. I'm not saying that out of a place of being biased. Walter's been saying that since he was like 10 years old. Anyway, you see, one day, I got a call from my sister. Apparently, she had just gotten off the phone with school, and Jerry needed to be picked up early. She didn't get much more detail, so being the kind of uncle I am, I drove right to the school, walked right into the main office, and when I did, I saw Jerry sitting there all alone with his face buried in his hands. I was heartbroken. Just seeing my nephew in that state of despair ruined my day instantly. I mean, anyway, we got in the car, driving back to his house, and he refused to say anything. He was dead silent. Nothing. I said, what is it? Bad grades? Nothing. Someone bully you? You're all emotional because you got picked up? Said nothing. So then I said, what, is this a girl issue? Bingo! That kid started bawling like a schoolyard baby. Right there and then, driving down Main Street. But once the tears started to flow, so did the truth. Evidently, he told me he had asked this girl, Kelly Morgan, out to the prom, and she said no. Then, hold on. Forgot to flush. Ugh. Oh. Well, so, this wasn't a simple request asking Kelly Morgan to the prom. Evidently, from what Jerry said, he went to great lengths to impress her. He showered, put on deodorant, bought her a ticket, and he even sang her a little jingle that he wrote by himself, just to, get her hormones going. But she still refused. Not only that, but she laughed at him. So, maybe that flies in the face of other families, but not in mine, not in the McDonald abode. I asked my wife out 4 times before she said yes. Sometimes you just got to be persistent and court them daily. Sometimes you got to court them hourly. Sometimes by the minute too. Although hourly, I'd limit it to that. But never give up. Be persistent. Sometimes you have to force love. So, what did I do? I drove to her house. Yeah, I drove to Kelly Morgan's mother's house. It wasn't that hard either. It's really amazing what you can find online these days. Anyway, drove to her house, and as we walk up to the front door, and actually Walter drove by, which was kind of odd. He didn't even wave. Anyway, I explained the situation to Kelly's mother, and I said, Jerry has something he'd like to say to you. So he was nervous, and he's just fidgeting and fudging, and I'm like, dude, grow up. Be a man. Own this moment. You got to take life by the horn sometimes. Jesus Christ. So anyway, he says, Miss Morgan, I am very nice. I would never beat your daughter, even if she wanted me to. I don't do drugs. I get good grades. Please talk to Kelly about going to the prom with me. It was beautiful. The tears helped too. That's, it was a nice moment. Well, despite that, Jerry never got that date. He had to go to the prom with his mother and my sister because they wouldn't give him a refund and he didn't want to waste a ticket. So what is the moral here? What can we learn from Jerry? I don't know. But the song he wrote was pretty damn good. In the spirit of love, for the first episode of Marty Minutes, I'd like to play it for you as we end our show tonight. Remember, never give up. Love yourself, love your neighbor, and love will find you. This has been Marty Minutes. Good night, everyone.
Hello, Kelly. It's Jerry. I know you don't know me, but I think you should know that I love you. Oh, I love you. I think you're really hot. You make me sweat a lot. Your smile makes my day and makes me feel less gay. I can treat you right. Our future's looking bright. I've seen it in my dreams. You make me want to scream. Listen now, Kelly, please come to the prom with me. I'm not asking, I'm telling. Come by my side before I commit suicide.
Hi, this is Marty McDonald coming to you live from the McDonald kitchen. Now, on my first Marty Minutes, you heard me say that we're going to talk about life lessons on occasion. We have some downtime with vacations, etc. And frankly, today it's snowing. I'm off. I've got nothing better to do than to peruse the police scanner and see what's happening in town. But not much going on except snowplows knocking over mailboxes and raising your taxes, because guess who pays for that? We do. So in the spirit of the holidays, there's a tradition here in the McDonald household that I'd like to share with you. Now, it's not a life lesson, but you know what I thought? I said, Marty, you know what? Women do a lot. Women cook and clean. And, that's their responsibility primarily, amongst other things. But I thought, I'm going to surprise my wife, and I'm going to do what she normally does every post-Thanksgiving prior to Christmas. And that's make turkey soup. Turkey soup the McDonald way. Now, the finest moment that you could possibly have is the day before to boil the turkey carcass. And that's what we've done here in this big sucker of a pot. I mean, this thing, you could bury a body in this. This has the carcass of the turkey. It's it is gross. It's disgusting. In fact, I had a job one summer working for a local contractor, and this local contractor was a septic cleaning guy. So I spent lots of hot summers in the sun cleaning out shitty septic tanks.
And you know what? I would rather do that than this. That's how disgusting this process is. But I'm not complaining. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. And that's a life lesson that we can all relate to, I'm sure. Gratitude. We're grateful for things that, see how this is slime. This is like, it looks and feels like I just stuck my hand in a can of 30-weight motor oil. All right, so gratefulness, gratitude. We had family over. We cooked a big turkey. Now we're getting down to the dirty business of turning that turkey carcass into turkey soup that we can feast on these cold winter days that are ahead here in Shrewsbury. Because God knows the town's not going to be plowing the streets. No. Last night they plowed, and sure as shit, they knocked over my mailbox. And that's not going to fly. So, I guess what I'm going to do, this is only my second time do it, and my wife left explicit directions, and on the directions, she said, carrots, big bag of carrots. That's a big bag of carrots. That guess who's going to peel them? Speaking of carrots, it's funny. When we take breaks shooting Reasonable Men with yours truly, Walter, he's always got a carrot. He's always got like he's nibbling on it in between takes. Doesn't even really nibble on it. He kind of like, I don't know. Anyway, carrots, onion, sweet onion, red onion. No. Sweet onions. She says squash, cut up squash, butternut squash. That's what we like. I don't know if there's a different type of squash. And then tortellinis. Tortellinis, which are, she says, chicken and prosciutto tortellini. Why are we putting chicken and prosciutto in a turkey soup? I have no idea. I'm just doing what I'm asked to do. The last thing on here is, Bubba, cut it, put that in, strain this, put that in, onion in, carrot in, squash in. Last thing she says, don't F it up. What a sense of humor. Anyway, first thing, we're gonna get the hot water hot because my hand is still greasy. I hate grease. You ever make tuna fish? You open the can, you get tuna juice on your hand. I hate that. I can smell it for days. All right, so carcass of the turkey with all the broth has been simmered. It boiled overnight. I'm pouring it into a colander, which is a fancy term for a fucking strainer, into another bowl so I can get all the juice out, I guess, right? Without any turkey bones. Chicken tortellini, turkey bones, turkey soup. Yep, so that sucker, gotta get some more, and almost done. Glad I've been working out lately because this is freaking heavy, man. The things you do for love. Love. That was the last Marty Minutes episode. Love. This is an expression of love. A man doing a woman's job. But I don't complain as long as she snowplows the driveway and shovels the walk. It's all good. You do your jobs, I'll do mine, and if you want to do mine, I guess you're forcing me to do yours, which is okay. It's all right. I get it. It's all right. It's okay. All right. So, yeah. All right. I'm gonna pause this for 1 second because I really got to go to the bathroom. All right, I'm back. There's a bone. Bon appetit. All right. Turkey carcass. Here's the dirty job. Getting that meat off the bone without getting any bone in the soup. You don't want to be sucking on bones, choking on bones. Come to think of it, Walter talks about that at times as well. Getting the meat. Did you ever notice it's not just meat, but there's like ligaments and tendons and cartilage. That's pretty disgusting. All right, I'm getting all the meat off the bones. I'm not going to bore you with this process, so when I'm ready to resume some instructional components of this episode of Marty Minutes, life lessons, love lessons, the expression of love, doing something for somebody else, even though it's not your responsibility. You feel like you have to do it. You get guilted or you get shut off, you know. So I'm going to pause now. I'll come back when I'm ready for my next segment on the McDonald turkey soup. All right, we're back. I got the disgusting part done. All the chicken meat's off the chicken carcass and it's in the pot. In the big pot. Kind of took longer than I thought, just like a lot of the public works projects that goes on in Shrewsbury. You know, everything takes longer. Everything's going to cost more. Yeah, we'll pay. No problem. All right, so we're going to put in this squash. Butternut squash noodles. It's a chick thing. I'm just following the instructions. Especially the don't F it up part. All right, we recycle, right? Plastic, you gotta recycle it. You can't put it in. You know what I say to recycling? I got the trash right here with the turkey in it. Abe would love it. Abe, watch me. Plastic, garbage. Boom. F that. Here's another one. Look at this, I got like a pad in. That's this. Don't even want to talk about that. All right, another piece of plastic. Guess where it's going? Yes, sir. Yes, DPW. Right in with the garbage. Boom. The freaking chicken. Why are we putting chicken prosciutto? All right, that's done later. Doing it later. Now, I'm going to cut the onions and skin the carrots. So I get a lot of carrots to, you know, this thing and this and all that. But I'm going to save that one for Walter. All right, so we're going to start with the next victim. Yeah, and this is going to be like something you really don't want to watch me do. Just kind of like watching town employees work, right? Yeah, it's so hard. It takes so long. You get overtime. We get benefit. We get this. We get that. Let's make sure that everybody's taken care of. Okay. Meanwhile, the working man, the guys that do other stuff besides guy stuff, we just do it. We don't complain about it. We're men. When I was taking that break, Jerry called. He was smoking the weed again. Beale School, all the freaking God. This town is going to hell. Hell in a. Oh, we know the website. Shrewsbury is going to hell at gmail.com. Feel free to message me. If you disagree with my turkey soup recipe, or you don't like the way I cut the carrots because it's not environmentally friendly, or I put the plastic in with the turkey carcass, you can email me below me. We got that up on the screen, I hope. I got some of the carrots cut. I mean, I don't know. She didn't say how big, how long. I know Walter would just throw the whole carrot in. Whole. All right, so I'm not going to bore you with this process here. I'm just going to keep doing my job. That's the kind of guy I am. Remember, we're talking about gratitude. We're talking about being grateful. We talked about love last time, and now it's a gratitude deal. I am grateful for the guy that invented this freaking knife. I'm telling you, this thing was $10 online. $10. Meanwhile, we have knives set here. We got 38 knives in the drawer. They all suck. This one here, $10. I don't know if it was made in China or where. But you know what? I don't care. Because it makes Marty's life easier. Especially today, where he's doing something out of the goodness of his heart for his beloved wife of 20 years, who still adores him. And why am I talking about myself in the third person? I don't know. It's childhood. And I'll go back to childhood, right? Don't ask me. I'm just your reasonable man host. All right, I'm going to cut now, and we'll come back later when I do the onions. I got an onion story for you. Okay, so continuing, where were we? I peeled all the carrots, Peel, here's all the carrot stuff, and guess where it's going? Yep, right in with the turkey and the plastic. Speaking of plastic, I saved the plastic bag for Abe, because I know how Abe likes plastic bags. So we're going to put that over there for Abe with Walter's carrot. Now, onions. Sweet onion. She says a large onion, but the large onions were kind of small. So I got 2 smaller size to equal 1 large, which, as long as I learn my lessons in math in Shrewsbury Public School System with Mrs. McIver in 4th grade, should be fine. If it's not, I'm going to blame her. All right, so the onion story. Yeah, so when I drove Jerry to Kelly's to ask her mom about going to the prom and all that, and I mentioned he had tears. Well, the tears were partly a credit to his favorite uncle, Marty McDonald. I had an onion at home, stopped by, grabbed it, I cut it up fine, into almost like watery mush. And I had a little bit in my hand as we walked up to the front door. And I stopped Jerry before we rang the doorbell for his major moment with Kelly's mom. And I rubbed a little bit of it under his eyelids just to get the tears going. So that worked out well. He learned a valuable lesson from me. And it's not deceitful. It's, he feels that he felt the heartache. He was crying in the principal's office, the main office, when I picked him up. So what's a little, enabling, a little help, a little false emotion, all right? Lesson learned. He learned a valuable lesson that I'm cutting the onions because the onions go in, and she says, don't cut them too small. So I don't know. I guess I'm cutting them too big. That's going to be the problem. Right? Oh, they're too big. Well, you know what? You leave me a Post-it note with instructions on making turkey. I've never made it. I made it once and it sucked. So I'm doing the best I can, honey. Love you. 25 years is coming soon. Can't be soon enough. So I'm gonna go with a little bit more than 1 onion. I'm gonna go with 1.5 of the medium or smaller size. You see how I did that? After I finished, I had that job with the septic company I mentioned earlier. Summer job, high school summer job. I also worked at a restaurant at night. So I'd go right from the, clean the septic tanks with that contractor, right to the restaurant where I wasn't a sous chef, but I was a prep cook. So I would do this kind of stuff. I'd cut and dice fucking vegetables all night. And part of the problem, I think they found out after, was a virus or something affected the restaurant. They traced it back to the cutting boards I was using because evidently I didn't wash my hands good enough after working on the septic tanks all day. And, I was 17. We have to teach our kids proper procedure, and it's something as simple as washing your hands and getting gunk out from under your fingernails if you're going to cut vegetables at a restaurant. So, whatever. It's not a big deal. I know there's 30 people went to the hospital, whatever. It wasn't my forte. Hosting Reasonable Men is the epitome of my career, my talent, my skill sets, and that's where I am. And there's a good reason for it. But I got to tell you, Abe and Walter, if it weren't for them, if it weren't for Walter Davis and Abe Whitman, I'd still have a show. Anyway. We're going to cut back. I'm joking. Walter and Abe are my best bros. Love them. Love those. I like them. I love them like a guy likes a... All right, so last onion, half onion, math, 3rd, 4th grade math. Okay, I got it. Going in. And I think that's it for now. So tune in next time. I'll be doing another Marty Minute shortly at some point, and we'll see you again. Remember, the best show on television that you can become informed, empowered, enabled, and listen to reasonable solutions in a practical way, a calm approach
reasoned, methodical, with a great degree of thought and intelligence, Abe, Walter, and me, Marty McDonald. Till next time, take care. Oh, hello there. I'm Marty McDonald, and welcome to another episode of Marty Minutes. Abe and Walter are still on vacation, so there won't be a new episode of Reasonable Men with Marty McDonald this week. So I thought I would fill in again and do a Marty Minutes from the comfort of my very own living room so that the school committee doesn't take over our time slot or something equally insipid. Tonight, I want to talk about parenthood. Yeah, parenthood. Parenthood is something I think that all too often goes unappreciated. You run around doing all these tasks for your kids here and there, spending all kinds of money, and all you hope is that someday they'll look back and thank you for paying for their education. But they don't. But don't take it personally. Some kids learn fast. Some kids are a little slow. My son Marvin, he's one of the slow ones. He turns 6 next week, and he still doesn't get it. Doesn't understand everything I do for him. But I'm not here to talk about my son. I'm here to talk about what makes a parent a parent. Now, I was 36 years old when my nephew Jerry was born. And I was old enough to be a father myself, but I always knew I wanted to wait a little bit longer. So I guess you could look at it like Jerry was my guinea pig son, right, Jer? Right. Anyway, a few years ago, Jerry had his very first girlfriend. 14. I thought that was awfully young, but at the same time, I couldn't help but feel a little bit of pride for my son, my nephew, my prodigal son, wooing a woman at such a young age. I was kind of impressed. Anyway, one night after Jerry had been dating this girl for a while, a couple weeks or a couple months, I had to drop Jerry off at her house for dinner. So I walked up and I'm at the front door and I met his girlfriend and I was about to leave and then I thought, what would a responsible adult do in this situation? So I looked at them both and I said, look, I don't want to beat around the bush at all, but have you guys been taught about sex? Now, the looks I got from both of them told me they definitely heard the word before. But they were surprised I was bringing it up. And I'm like, Jerry, look, there's more to making a baby than two adults loving each other very much. So I went into all the intimate details, how it goes on, what happens, blah, blah, blah. Well, after I finished, she asked us both to leave. Jerry was not happy with me. I'm still not sure why. I wasn't trying to imply anything. I was just trying to make sure my nephew stayed safe and I was being a responsible uncle. The point of the story is sometimes as a parent you'll upset your kids. But you have to do it for their own protection. But not to worry. You can protect them and be cool too. How do you do that? Well, we drove right from our house to a convenience store. I walked right up to the counter with Jerry and I bought him his very first box of condoms. That's right. Said, Jerry, no need to worry. I got it. And to be honest, I think deep down he really appreciated that because he wouldn't talk to me for the rest of the ride home. And I'm sure he used them because, funny, I never saw them again and never saw his girlfriend again either. I wonder if they're still together. Anyway, off topic. Anyway,
Girlfriends are a lot of work. When your child hits that dating age, my Lord, good luck. But don't stress yourself out about it. Because things only get better in time. There was this time when Jerry was 6 years old, and my sister and I took him to Six Flags for his birthday. 6 years old, Six Flags. I mean, if they had a Five Flags, I probably would have taken him to Five Flags the year before, but they didn't. So we had a great time, and we're getting. It's late in the day, late in the early evening, getting dark, and I didn't see Jerry anymore. I didn't see my sister either. So I went home. Drove the hour and 45 minutes from Agawam. Get home. It was friggin' pouring rain all the way back in the pike. Downpouring. Temperatures dropping. Get home. Getting ready to go to bed. Friggin' 9 o'clock. I get a phone call from my sister asking me if I had Jerry. Like, no. Well, guess who drove all the way back to Agawam? Me. I had to find the Agawam police station. Got find the police station, go in there. 6-year-old sitting there bawling. He'd been bawling for hours. He's a mess. Oh, so what'd I do on the way home? I bought him a puppy. Poor thing died a few days later, though. I fed it a Hershey bar. PSA announcement: don't feed dogs chocolate. Just not advisable. Anyway, I love Jerry, but I have to admit, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, I've seen him at his best and I've seen him at his worst. I mean, like the time he got his very first trophy. It was for participation, which was complete bullshit. However, I've also seen him at his worst. I've walked into his room to find him bawling his eyes out. I've walked in on him jerking off. I've walked in on him crying while jerking off to pictures of cartoon horses. The point is, I'm able to look past that and see Jerry in his best times and his worst times and still love the kid. Because that's all it's about. It's all there is to it. Just love your kids no matter what. I hope my advice has helped in some way, some small way or some big way for anyone watching this. And appreciate the kids for who they are. Take them for all their good and all their bad. That's another Marty Minutes. Until next time, I'll see you. I gotta go to the bathroom.
I have been on the internet. I have searched things out, and I'm not going to go into it here because we don't have the time for that right now. But I will tell you all that if you look it up, you will find the information. I am your God!
Hi, this is... Welcome to... I'm Joel. I'm just an intern here. The guys, they called out tonight. I don't know what they're doing. They're probably at the casino or something like that. I don't know. But they just asked me to come up with some quality content on the fly, which is bullshit, but that's what they want me to do. And I have to do it because I'm an intern, like I said. So, that's what I'm doing. And so, just bear with me for the next few minutes, okay? This will be a short episode. I don't get paid for this. Hi, this is Marty McDonald, and welcome to another episode of Reasonable Men. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how Walter and I are socks. How's it going tonight, guys? I'm great. I look even younger than last episode, but I swear to God, I'm not a millennial. If you were 20 years younger, you would be perfect. You perv. Anyway, I was thinking earlier about how...
I'm the host!
All right, Marty. God. Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking earlier about how there's nothing at the edge of town where that McDonald's used to be. Speaking of which, I should order a Big Mac. Yeah? You still hungry, bitch? No, Abe, stop. I'll stop when I want to. Welcome to the real world, jackass. We can edit this in post, right? Oh, we'll edit it out all right. Well, I think that's all the time we have. Are there any closing thoughts? Well, I made it through another episode without saying the N-word, so I think this went pretty well. Marty? Marty? This has been another episode of Reasonable Men. Thank you and have a good night.
Hello, my name is Jesse. I'm here to talk to you today about self-confidence so that, I don't know, maybe you can talk to that cute girl you like at a bar or something. I think what makes me qualified to talk about self-confidence is that I met my wife, or my ex-wife, at a bar, and I went up to her, and I talked to her, and we hit it off. I was in law school at the time, and she was a bartender at this bar near where I went to law school. And I went up to her and yeah, we just hit it off. I was charming, I was confident. And then after I graduated from law school and I got my first job as a lawyer, I proposed to her, and we got married and had two boys, Peter and David. And life was really good for a while. And then, I don't know, the pressures of being a lawyer just really started to get to me, and I mean, I'm not proud to admit it, but I went to bars pretty frequently, and I would drink a lot, and I would come home at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. just smelling. And you know, she stuck it out for a while, and but eventually my behavior just got worse, and we grew more and more apart, and I don't know, she eventually took the kids and left and got a divorce, and she took everything, and yeah, and I kept going all out, just living life really to the edge, and I eventually lost my job at the law firm, and I had to move back in with my parents, and I really ended up having nothing. People just, I feel like they don't even see me when I'm walking down the street anymore, and I don't know what to do. So I think I'm pretty qualified to talk about confidence, because I feel like there's a thin line between being super confident and being so low that you have nothing to lose. And so I'd say my first piece of advice is to just wear whatever, because it doesn't really matter at all, because nothing matters. Just whatever you think not even looks good, just stands out to you that day, or maybe you just don't even want to change the clothes that you were wearing yesterday or that you slept in, because honestly it doesn't matter. Nothing really matters at all. My second piece of advice would be to just say whatever you're thinking or you're feeling, because who cares? At a certain point, there's just some people who have nothing left to lose, and saying anything that might be problematic or tough to hear, that it doesn't really matter at all. Here's another piece of advice: is just, I don't even know anymore, man. Oh, I don't know how to get up in the morning sometimes. It's just really hard. But if you have nothing left to lose, I don't know, you can do whatever. You can do whatever you want. It's funny, the little things that remind you of the people you used to be intimate with. I still have her toothbrush. I use it to brush my teeth whenever I brush my teeth. I haven't seen my kids in a long time. I think about them whenever I can, but I don't know. I'm too caught up. So yeah, big takeaways. Don't care about anything because nothing matters. And if anybody listening could spare some change, that'd be helpful. I'm sure we could get my email out or my PayPal. And yeah, just go from there. So yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just got lost in thought, thinking about a lot of the decisions I've made, things that I could have done differently. Maybe I could have used this TED Talk, or this talk, when I was a younger man. I could have just learned that nobody in life really cares what you do or cares about you, and that nothing in life really matters. Yeah. Hopefully this talk will get my life back on track. I'm hoping to get exposed and to get my PayPal out there and maybe promote a GoFundMe so I can help pay back my alimony. And whenever I think back to that day that my wife, or ex-wife, her name was Sheila, whenever I think back to that day that she told me she wanted a divorce, I just think I remember it so clearly because I had just gotten home from the bar, and I was a little bit disheveled by it was just such a hard moment for me that I really just can picture her face so clearly, and I it was in my kitchen, the kitchen that I had, and she was waiting up Was I with another woman that night? Who's to say? How could she have even known that I had what I was doing? And yet, that the smug look on her face, but she was frowning and crying. But she just looked so smug when she told me that she no longer loved me and that she was taking the kids to her mom's house. All right, that part, that doesn't really have anything to do with confidence, but I've been holding that in for a long time. My fourth piece of advice, whatever number we're on for being confident, is to always clean your room and make sure your room's in order. Because that's order's good, I think. Even when you're trying to just not care and give up on life. Go to the gym. Doesn't matter. Eye contact. They say that that's important, but just try and get through it all. Just try and get through life, I guess. And I suppose my final piece of advice would be to just give up. Just give up. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Roy. I got a story, a parable, if you will. What happens when you put a .45 revolver in your mouth and you pull the trigger? Got your attention now? That's called good business. I come from Alabama State. I got an associate's there. And I'm here tonight to talk to you about the business model that's shaping America. It's called Dunkin' Donuts. Let me give you an example. I was walking by these two homeless bricks the other day, and they had 2 bags of Dunkin' Donuts with them. They're smoking these big fat stogies. Only in America, right? Anyway, I asked them where they got the bags of Dunkin', and they said the local business hands them out for free every Friday. The leftover food, they give them to the homeless people. Now, I may have an associate's from Alabama State, but it doesn't take a moron to realize that's good business. But there's a problem. It's a big problem in America now. It's Starbucks. Everywhere I look now, there's these new businesses popping up. These green New York bastards with their burnt coffee charging $4.95 for an iced macchiato. I don't think so. I slave away working for my wages, and I don't want to pay $4.99 for a fucking iced macchiato, I'll tell you that. I can't afford that. Lindsay can't afford that down the block. She's a hairdresser. Another good working job. So I'm here to tell you today that if a Starbucks is thinking about coming in your community, you tell them Roy sent you, and they're stabbing New England in the back.
Nobody in life really cares what you do or cares about you, and that nothing in life really matters.
The boy stepped on the spider. The spider ceased to exist. All its history, its interactions snuffed from existence, reduced to a puddle of flesh. And who cares? It was a hideous thing, inconsequential and small. People like to think the world belongs to them. They believe the unpleasantries are only temporary. They don't understand that God's love doesn't shine on them. They don't understand that they killed his favorite spider.
This is Joel Faust. I'm here again because Abe, Marty, Walter, they called out again, and I have to fill in because still an intern, still unpaid. And I don't want to do this, but I'm here, so I don't really know what I don't have anything planned this time. You know why? Because I did the socks last time, and that was really the only trick I had up my sleeve, okay? My creativity is not that great. I have the creativity of a squirrel. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about this time. I could invite a guest. I can't invite guests. Honestly, it's Valentine's Day. You know, that's probably what pisses me off the most about this, is that I have a date. I have places to be. I have a life. And I'm stuck here, okay? They have no consideration. If you can't dedicate yourself to your own fucking show, why have one? But here I am. Here I am. I've been single for a year now, but I have a date. I can't go to that date, but... And now I have to explain why that... Oh my god. So, I had my girlfriend last year. We broke up, obviously, but her name was Shanae, and she was the love of my life. She was funny, she was smart, she was creative. She really had it all going for her, you know? But we went to a party the night before, and I just remember I got really drunk, and then I wound up staying at her place, which was the wrong decision at the time. And because it happened, that's when it happened. I pissed the bed. Yep. Just woke up at one point in the night. Covers were soaked, and it smelled really bad. There was just pee everywhere, and like I said, smelled bad. There was just piss, and we just looked at each other, and as I looked into her beautiful eyes on that urine-soaked mattress, I knew that nothing would ever be the same. So we broke up. Never thought I'd tell that story to an audience, but here I am. Anyway, that's it. That's really all I got. I wish I'd thought of something, because I really wish I hadn't told you that, but I didn't bring the socks with me, so maybe next time. Reasonable Men will be back soon. Happy Valentine's Day.
My name is Scott, and I'm here to talk to you today about discipline. So discipline is important because if you're not disciplined, there's not a way to hold you accountable for your actions, and things just get excuse me. It can be bad. And everybody needs a proper role model in their life. So for me, it's my father. And I know that that's cliche, but it doesn't, what's the word? It doesn't detract from what I get from him. So he was a rodeo clown. And when I would go to the rodeo to see him, he would be juggling all the time. And I would think to myself, if he is able to juggle these pins, maybe I'm able to juggle my responsibilities. So, be good. Discipline is important. Thanks for your time.
Hi, I'm Marty McDonald.
Hi, I'm Walter Davis.
And I'm Abe Whitman.
Also known as the
Reasonable Man.
Reasonable Man.
Thanks for joining
Yeah, that was
in.
a great time.
We're here just to remind you all that Tuesday is primary day, and as an American and as a resident, please exercise your vote to help this country and, more importantly, your community.
Because it's your right to vote.
It's your
you
right.
know, you know what? There are people in other countries that don't have that right. So exercise it. If any of us find out that you sat home on primary day,
I'll come over there and I'll kick you in the ass.
We're not going to
I'm
be
gonna
happy.
beat ass.
We will not be happy.
What Abe really means is he wants to encourage you to exercise
No.
your civic duty.
Marty, what I mean is if I find out that you did not exercise your civic duty and get in and vote in this primary on Tuesday, I will come over to your house and beat some ass!
I mean, you don't even have a reason. There hasn't been snow all season.
Yeah!
So it's not like you're snowed out. I can't go to the polls.
Idiot!
Go to the
Right.
poll.
Go to the poll!
Right.
Don't be a loser.
Go vote!
I didn't have time to change. I have
to take that off. You have a shirt on underneath.
It's fine.
I
We just
do
deal with
not
it.
understand how you could have thought it was proper and professional to come into work wearing like that.
Just deal with it.
We ready?
Yeah, fine. Just get this over with.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Reasonable Men. I'm your host, Marty McDonald. Joined as always by my good friends Abe Whitman and Walter Davis.
It's nice to be here. Buzz, buzz. Buzz, buzz.
Don't touch me. All right. Before we get this one started, all right, I just need to address the elephant in the room. I understand that it is scary when people like us, bold, visionary men, disappear. I assure you, this was not some plot by the local government to shut us down, to silence us. Even if it was, didn't work, because we're back. And I say now, we disavow the last few weeks of whatever Reasonable Men stuff has been co-opted with our name, including this weird, boring side project that Marty has going that no one likes and no one wants to talk about. So we're going to move on past that because we're back now. We're back. We're back, baby! We're back! We're ready! We're ready for you, Shrewsbury.
Marty, take it away. Marty! Take it away!
I'm right here, Abe. God damn. Keep your voice down. You may remember that a few weeks ago, we made the rather bold decision to feature politics on our show, prompting a slew of negative criticism, saying that we were ill-informed. Well, tonight, we make an even bolder decision. You may recall, as our dedicated disciples, that we demanded Shrewsbury leaders to step up, and someone finally has. A new man to shepherd us into the light. Please welcome Shrewsbury's future mayor, Paul Tremblay.
How are you? I'm good, you sexy queen. You know, fun fact, the worker bee actually gets to boink the queen, who is also its mother.
Okay. Tonight, you guys at home are going to have the chance to meet the new candidate. You're going to learn about his policies, his ethics, and tonight he may even respond to some of your your email.
And for those of you out there who think that Reasonable Men does not have the power to institute a mayor, you are correct. However, we, the people, we do have the power. Take to the streets! Burn it all down! Burn the town hall down! Burn the fucking school down! Library! If you do not put this man in power, the most beautiful, reasonable man that my virgin eyes have ever set eyes upon, then I will constitute it as nothing less than a molestation of government.
Preach, brother, from another mother.
How would you describe yourself, Paul?
You can say I'm trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, brave, thrifty, clean, and reverent. I am here to clean up this town and transform it into a city. Okay. It's good to be the king. Oh, piss boy.
Great. Let's just jump into the policy questions. Marty, start us off.
The dog's in the freezer. I have to wait for the ground to thaw.
What?
Your dog. I hit the poor thing with my semi.
Ace? I thought you said he ran away. You said.
Not exactly.
We'll talk about this later. We will talk about this later, Marty.
Yep.
Paul?
Got it.
Policies. Just talk to me about policies, please.
You want the Schindler's List? The top 3. 1 is sweeping homeschool reform. 2, burn your trash on Sundays from 3 to 6 in your driveway for everyone to see and admire. 3, Shrewsbury license holders can write or email a moving or parking violation as long as you have the proper video documentation. It's so-called self-policing.
You know, I think that would be a huge help. We've been saying things like that on this show for years. You know, I was wondering if you could do me a solid and help erect a bird-watching porch by the Floral Street School. And I actually have a list of other schools that might be good. Spring Street, Beale, Patton, Sherwood, Oak, St. John's. I mean, hell, even the high school has some of the most gorgeous creatures that, I guess for a better term, are forbidden. And so, you know, maybe you could put a bird watching porch over near the high school as well.
Don't forget Parker Road. I've got you, fam. Don't worry, I got you covered.
Awesome.
Yeah, once again, this show has managed to devolve from class into utter trash. Walter, do you think anyone on this fucking planet gives a fuck about your goddamn afternoon plans?
Well,
No!
actually-
It was a rhetorical question. No one does. Now shut your fucking mouth, you piece of monkey spit!
I have a question for Paul. Yes. What do you got, Sleepy? Your bladder holding up?
Shut up, cracker. If I may continue. We've all heard about the looming price hike of trash bags. What's your plan to squash wasteful waste spending?
Number 2 point of my campaign is burn your trash 3 to 6 on Sundays. Hell, you can toast marshmallows, have s'mores, yummy in your tummy, and one will be able to tell who is the most well-off in town by the size of their fire.
Would you come out in support of, open dumping?
Yeah, I have a lot of filth that I wouldn't trust the waste management department to dispose of properly.
I know you do, my sweetie poo.
Why don't you stay on topic? Are you capable of staying on topic, or do you need your nurse with you?
Obviously, I support open dumping. Happy, P-Man?
All right, moving on. Going off the topic of trash. Let's talk about that new Beale school, right? How are you going to deal with that?
Number one talking point and my number one issue of my campaign. It costs about $40K per year per student to educate them. Fuck them. Okay. Stay the hell home. Yeah. Homeschooling for anyone who's got a GPA of less than 3.5. They're just leeching off our tax dollars.
Bold. I like it, but being bold makes enemies.
It really does. You know,
okay.
It reminds
Walter,
me of
speak when spoken to. Got it? Good. Anyway, let's say you get this. You know, you understand that we've made some enemies in high places, right? People we hope that you will make disappear. But what are your ideas for protecting our free speech on this show?
A free N-word pass. Good once a week.
Okay, I mean, that is a good start, but I mean for us specifically. We've been attacked everywhere. The public access TV station has been impersonating us. They've been using our name, using our identities. I mean, they have been slandering us with the way they edit this show. I mean, you might as well call the SMC the sold to media conglomerates.
As mayor, this will not be a problem. You know the Army Reserve Unit on Plantation Road?
Yeah.
I've got the keys. Enough said about that.
So free speech will be protected with force. That's good. Because I've been telling the guys here that you got to start pushing the envelope. You know, for art. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I need all the protection I can get. My art is cutting edge. And, you know, some people don't really get it.
No one loves you, Walter. Just ask Fiona. Let's go back and talk about powerful enemies. Shrewsbury is a pretty affluent town, right? So if someone threaten those at the top, they will do anything, I mean anything, to remain in power. What I guess I'm getting at here is, do you think that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
I'd like to know what the going rate for a hit is, so to speak, especially in the joint. His death raises a lot of serious questions.
Yes.
You know what? I have to make a quick phone call. I'll be back.
Okay, yeah. Bye, Walter. Good to know you. Just don't wait up for us. Yeah, we'll be fine over here, you dumbass. Sorry about him.
It's okay, Abe.
Yeah. Actually, hey, could you cut the feed, bitch?
Sure.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna cut the shit right now. Paul, I want in.
Are you asking for a job?
I'm not asking for a job. I am not asking for anything. I am telling you, I want in.
Let's just call it a gift to a golf charity.
Where the fuck were you, Marty?
What do you mean? I've been here the whole time.
What? Can you move on?
Yeah, been waiting on you. Now, Paul, we here at Reasonable Men get a lot of mail, and should you be so willing, wondered if you'd be willing to answer some of the email and hater mail.
Sounds good. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Is this a confession?
More like an expose on the idiocy of Shrewsbury, but okay.
All right, let's start with Sharon, who asks, what are your thoughts on vaccines? My husband vaccinated my kids against my wishes. Are they in danger? Paul?
Vax away. I love the pressure and anxiety that comes with this issue. The fear factor, so to speak. Yes, your children are in danger. You're in danger. Your family's in danger. The only way we can stop this is take all those pro-vaxxers and their children, throw them in a sack, and fling them into Lake Quincy.
You know, speaking of vaccinations, I'm actually a big fan of vaccinations, although I wouldn't go to one of those big pharmaceutical companies or those neighborhood health centers that just seem to rob you blind and take advantage of our neighbors. I would rely on someone like me, who is giving vaccines in his basement at weeknights after 7 p.m. You just stop by the house, leave your kid for about an hour or so, sign a permission slip, and your child will be vaccinated.
Why would that take an hour, Walter?
I like to be gentle.
Okay, we're going to move on. As mayor, Paul, you'll have to return us to a simpler time, a time where kids weren't so, confused. How would you help this man who emailed us not too long ago after our first episode? Dear Mr. Whitman, Mr. Davis, and Mr. McDonald, I hope this email finds you well. I am writing to you because I suspect my son is gay. He just turned 14. Tonight I found him painting his nails like a girl would. Jesus. I told him to clean that shit off, that he won't ever get a girlfriend that way. He told me he doesn't want a girlfriend anyway. So I asked him, what are you, gay? He said no and then slammed the door on me. It's a rule to not slam doors in our house, especially when a parent is talking to you, so I marched down the hall and opened the door to yell at him again, and I found him in tears like a baby. I told him to man up and stop slamming doors. Good on you. Hopefully he'll listen, but if he doesn't, what would be your advice? That's not right.
Stick your finger in the ground, rotate it around 5 times, put them back in the closet, have a good nap.
Paul, with all due respect, what the fuck are you trying to say right now?
Yeah, say something coherent.
Thank you.
He's a disgrace to the male gender.
Here we go.
Put him in the closet and let him starve.
It's a good idea. I mean, not all parents are going to be up for that sort of idea. And I mean, we don't want these confused kids who can't get women. They'll start being rebellious again, right? So, for example, speaking of rebellion, we got this email not too long ago. Hey, gents, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Harry. Harry Knits, to be exact, okay? Every girl I talk to shuts me down. Why is that? I talk to her, and just when I think it's okay, I kiss her, but every time it ends the same way. Disappointment. Like you said, men have to assert their dominance, yes? So I'll usually react by screaming or throwing something to show that I am an alpha male. That's good. As opposed to all the quiet betas around me who don't do anything. You have all managed to score a woman for yourself. How did you do it? Regards, Mr. Knits. How will you help kids like Harry before they succumb to their unnatural desires?
Ever see the movie Clockwork Orange?
Yeah, a while ago, yeah.
Strap them to a chair, tape their eyes wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Have them watch straight virtual reality porn. Rinse and repeat as needed.
Wait, straight porn? Isn't that a little risky? I mean, what if they focus on the, junk?
What would you suggest? I mean, lesbian porn? That's gay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, while we're on the topic, though, one more question on this whole LGBTQ.
LMNOP.
LMNOP, ST. That's, you know what I mean.
PTSD.
Yeah, what? Some idiot
he had the manufactured balls to email us this gem. Greetings. I'm part of the LGBT community and was frankly insulted by what you said. In case you were wondering, yes, you are homophobic, overtly so. Hair color has nothing to do with sexual orientation. Yes, it fucking does. And more importantly, homosexuality has existed for as long as humanity has. The fact you didn't notice it in your day was probably because of systematic oppression and hatred towards the... Oh my... He's like a fucking essay. You don't need to hear the rest of this. Okay. Obviously, these people are extremely sensitive and just attack anyone that has a different opinion than them. So how are you going to de-radicalize a youth that is so corrupted already?
Do you know why P-Town is way, way down the Cape? Why Key West is at the bottom of the USA? Way down south? Rumor has it that the beach, Sunset Beach, on the south side, they're taking reservations now.
What does that even mean?
I thought I was pretty clear.
No, you were not. Could you please explain it to me?
Walter, do you understand these guys? They don't seem to get it.
Ignore them, Sugar Pops.
Okay, Marty, stand in for me. Did you understand that?
No. Why don't you explain it, Paul? Explain it to us as the Nimrods you think we are.
If you didn't get it, you didn't get it. No biggie.
Just move on.
God. Okay, you know what? I'll move on. Okay, another thing about these kids. They're misguided about climate change, whatever that is. Case in point, this autistic email we received. It's in all caps, so brace yourself. Climate change is not a political issue. Stop making it one. Your comments make me want to French kiss razor wire. Please do. Holy shit. It's a paper straw. If it upsets you that much, just drink straight from the cup. What do you need a straw for anyways? You need that much practice for blowing the fossil fuel executive. Sincerely a concerned citizen. Jesus Christ. What is your climate policy, Paul?
Every home gets a chia pet to water and watch grow. You can even use your clapper. Clap on, clap off. And you can watch it grow hair.
That is a good way to replace all that oxygen that millennials use up. But wouldn't the chain set the clapper off?
Silence. Not. Paul, we're fairly certain that 90% of these emails we receive are actually from millennials, Gen Zers, all that sort of riffraff. Now, they think they're all Einstein, and you can tell that reading it, they don't know jack shit. For example, we got this one. Salutations, reasonable men. I felt the desire to inform you that your television program is factually fraudulent and intellectually inept. Your notions on an array of topics from politics to adolescence make me physically ill. Please locate help for your apparent disabilities. Sorry, did you not understand that? As an intellectual, IQ of 135. Okay. I have trouble communicating with lower life forms such as yourself. Allow me to translate. Hi, reasonable men. I have issues with your TV show. Formerly Garrett. All right, first of all, eat shit, Garrett. Second of all, Paul, how will you make sure that kids like this actually get smart rather than act like it? I mean, how will you fix this clearly broken education system?
Everyone's going to learn the swinging alphabet in the now free preschool program. B-A-Bay, B-E-B, B-I, Bicky-Bye, B-O-Bo, Bicky-Bye, Bo-Boo, Bo-Boo, Bicky-Bye, Bo-Boo.
That song makes me miss the music of gunfire in Iraq.
Okay. That's great. Paul, I want your response to people who question bold men such as ourselves. We have an email here. Scroll down a little more. Thank you, Marty. I will pray for you. Jesus Christ saves. Please embrace him now and ask for his forgiveness for your sins. To them I say, I will not stand down! Not while Shrewsbury is being crucified on its cross of the library! Paul, I do want to ask you, though, what your response would be to people like this who can't see the light, no pun intended.
I have really only one thing to say to all of them. Is we go together like Rama 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 Kading Kadingadong. Together forever, like shoo-bop, shoo-wop, shoo-wop, doo-wop, doo-doo-be-doo, chink, chang, ching, chang, shebang.
What?
Why don't you just answer the fucking question?
I thought I did answer.
I could have a more intelligent conversation with the brick wall.
All I can say is, I've had it. I'll see you, Goober. B-A-B, B-I-B, B-I-B, B-I-B-O-O,
How do you know that? How do you know that? Because I'm a bee. B-E-B, B-A-B. B.
Okay, it's fantastic. Can we wrap this shit up, please?
Actually, I'd like to continue reading some of these mails just for kicks.
Actually, I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, I'm the host.
You know what? Don't.
So,
He's the host.
Yeah. If you don't like it, you can leave, Walter. Staying? Good. All right, here, let's just scroll through. Here's one. Hey, Abe, this is Samantha.
Oh, you know what? Maybe this isn't a good one to do right now.
Are you
Marty?
there, baby? You know I'm
Marty?
turning...
Marty, shut that shit off, Marty!
Alrighty, all right. Hey, if it means that much to you.
Yes.
Hey, this
does.
one says subject, and the subject line says hacked. I have taken over your Google account. Say you are gay on air, or I will steal all your money and leak your information. The Spider. All right. Look, all right. I know this is probably fake, but I can't risk my information being leaked, and I can swallow my pride to protect my identity.
You don't actually have to do this.
I know the people watching at home know the truth, so I'm not ashamed to say and do what I'm about to say and do. I am gay. I am a homosexual. I enjoy the presence of other men. I enjoy other men's bodies touching mine. I also like to stare lustfully at the male figure.
Okay, stop. You really only had to say 3 words.
You know what? Better than safe than sorry, Abe. Moving on. This one reads, right?
Right.
Yeah.
3 words.
Great show, bad language. Hello, reasonable men. I just wanted to say that I absolutely love your show. Finally, someone to say it like it is. My only concern is that your language is very inappropriate, and I feel uncomfortable showing my kids it. Surely you can replace a fuck with a heck. I think that's a good compromise. Overall, it's very informative, but I just wish you could tone it down a little bit. I wish you all the best. Karen. Thank you, Karen.
All right.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you, Karen. Karen, I mean, it's a fair point. It's a fair point, and I think I have a special response for you. I want you to sit down. I want you to get your kids, get them seated next to you, because I think we all need to hear this message. All right? Eat shit. All of you eat shit. You can't handle it. Can't handle the heat. Get the fuck out of the kitchen, Karen, and take your dumbass kids with you. Okay? We talk like men. We talk like reasonable men. We talk the way people talk, Karen. All right? You want to clutch your pearls? Do it somewhere fucking else, because we don't care. We're going to talk the way we were born to talk, the way we're meant to talk, the way that men talk, Karen. You get it? You get it? Love, Abe.
Eloquently put.
Don't touch me.
Let's move on. This one says, "Your is show very bad, insulting. Hope fire burns you, hell die."
It's a good one. It's really coherent. I can tell. It probably came from the township committee, because they probably took about 3 hours to put that one together.
Yeah.
Geniuses. All of them.
All right, well, let's see. We have more emails. One regarding Walter's tutoring. I didn't know you tutored Walter.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, not officially.
Oh, all right. Well, hi, Mr. Davis. My classmates and I had been a little confused about where our tutoring sessions are going to be. I thought it was going to be at the library, but people are saying it's your house. Jerry Hogan.
Great. Jerry, sorry you didn't get my email. It will be in my house, in my basement, 6 p.m. Look forward to seeing you. Bring the kids.
Okay. Can we just wrap up this fucking terrible episode already?
Look, just one more. It's addressed to Walter.
You can stop now.
Hey, Walter, I found you, you fuck, tonight.
Hey, I said, you know what? Can we turn that? Hey, turn that off! I said, turn that.
Walter, come.
Cut on the host's orders.
No,
Raise
you
the
got
host.
called. Turn it off.
want to make this town better, less crowded. Get rid of all the that moved in here and ruined all the neighborhoods and overcrowded the schools. Get rid of them all.
Did he suffer?
Oh, yeah. I just ran over the bottom half, so I had to finish him off with my shovel.
I had him for 16 years, Marty! I had him for 16 years! You better fucking watch your back. You better fucking watch your back. You better watch your fucking dog's back! Watch your son's back, Marty! I will have him! I'll get him!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reasonable Men. I'm your host, Marty McDonald, joined as always by Walter Davis and Abe Whitman.
Yeah.
Stay tuned tonight for a special announcement towards the end of the show, but for now, let's turn our attention over to Abe, who has a lot on his mind. And Abe, I just gotta...
Yeah?
Everything okay? Everything's good?
I mean, I got some problems with Shrewsbury right now. Is that what you're talking about, or?
Well,
Spit it out.
What do you say? What do you? A long time.
Sure.
Yes.
We had talked a while back about how dyeing your hair brings a 10 immediately down to a 7.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if you know this, but your hair is
Yes!
blue.
I know. Okay. Listen. Everyone makes mistakes. I may have made some mistakes last Saturday and Sunday. And you know what? We were down at Mohegan Sun. We were having a good time. It was a buddy's bachelor party. I drank a little too much. I may have thought it was a good idea to bleach and dye my hair. So sue me. Don't...
No. It's hardly noticeable, really. If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, okay.
Even
I didn't have to say anything. You guys
wouldn't have even known it. So
I like it.
It's good. It's good on you.
Yeah. This is how we're really going to start tonight. This is how we're going to start.
You have a lot on your mind, I know, right?
Yeah, you did have a lot on.
Yeah, I got even more on my mind now. These chuckle fucks next to me. Yeah, I got a lot on my mind, Marty. Let me tell you about it. I'm going to tell you about this new garbage system we have, this garbage disposing, waste management we got in Shrewsbury. I'm going to tell you, I think it's stupid. It makes no sense to me, and I don't see any advantage in it whatsoever.
No, I don't see any. According to the town's website, the old hauler's contract expired, and the company offered a competitive price, whatever that means.
No, it means they're in bed together, is what it means, all right? You get these shady backroom deals going on, and so you got this waste management guy with a government position in Shrewsbury.
Abe, you know how I agree with everything you say, but that seems a little far-fetched. It actually sounds like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, well, okay. Think of it like this, Walter. Let's say they get this client in. They get this new client in. And they get, new jobs. They get this governmental position. I mean, you really think that they're going to say no to this sort of sweetheart deal?
Okay, but the government itself. I mean, wouldn't we know it if someone there used to work for Waste Man?
No. And here's why. I'm going to tell you why. Because how easy is it to just leave something off of your resume? Like think about it.
Yeah.
It's that easy. You just delete the line and there you go. No one knows about it. I mean, think of it like this. How much do you really know about your soon-to-be ex-wife? Like, really? How much do you know?
I know her pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I asked her, would she say the same thing? Like, what do you think?
She would probably say that she has a little bit more to learn, even though I haven't done anything contradictory to the information that's out there.
Exactly. So then how well do you really know her?
Well, I guess I don't know her as well as I thought since she's filing for divorce.
Precisely. And if you can't trust your wife, then who can you trust?
Nobody, I guess.
Exactly. And you know who you really can't trust? You can't trust the politicians. All right?
Okay.
So think about it like that. You know, does it make more sense to you now? You can't trust the politicians?
Yeah. It's starting to click. It didn't make sense at first, but now I see where you're going with that. So thank you.
Glad to be here.
Great.
Glad to be of service.
Okay.
Especially after that beginning. Yeah. Okay, we're going to move right along, continue on this topic of the waste management. And, I'm going to give you a little anecdote, show you just how much this shit really starts to piss me off, all right? So, I take out my garbage, and across the street, my neighbor, she takes out her garbage, and guess what? Her garbage gets collected 30 minutes, an entire 30 before mine gets collected. How is that fair? Huh? How is that fair? All right? I thought men and women were supposed to be equal now or something like that? Well, why is it that she gets to bring her trash barrels down 30 minutes before mine? All right? You got an idea? You got an idea out there as to how this makes sense? All right? Give us a call. The number's on the screen. Give us a call. Send us a text. Why not? Let me hear your stupid, insipid, coward-ass arguments. I'd love to take them apart, dismantle them. Or if you're really feeling bold, you could always send us an email. Email's right there at the bottom. Send us an email. I don't know. Give us, take a swing. Why not?
Yeah. I'm just as annoyed as you. That's why I stopped bringing my garbage down to the curb and decided to take care of it myself.
Okay, that does sound like a whole lot of extra work.
No, it's not. So what I do is I take all the trash in the house, I shove it up inside the chimney, and then I set it on fire.
So wouldn't that just stink up the entire house, though? I mean, what does your soon-to-be ex-wife think about this?
Well, Fiona and I don't have a sense of smell due to a college-related incident.
What happened?
I prefer not to say.
Wait. Didn't you say you could smell that libtard we had on the show a few weeks ago?
Oh, yeah.
You said he smelled like fruit, I think.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, fruit.
I don't have a sense of smell.
Okay, we're going to move right along here. Walter, I do have a sense of smell.
Yep. Well, I will lay it out for you. And for the folks at home as well. So here's what I'd like you to do. If you could gather up your trash, bring it out to the backyard, and set it on fire. Now, the first thing you're going to say is, isn't that going to cause another hole in the ozone layer or the polar ice caps to melt? Wrong.
Right.
What it is going to do, it's going to make the air in Shrewsbury really stinky. And if enough people participate in this, it will get those do-nothing congressmen and selectmen of Shrewsbury to finally get off their butts and do something about the stinky air and get us a good trash removal service, one like we used to have. And hopefully, before the end of this winter, we'll get that old one back. And they were fair, they were balanced, they were honorable, and unbiased.
Yeah, I just want to say, Walter, I think that's a brilliant idea.
Thank you.
So from my perspective, I would probably take it even further. I would say, what if we only had one truck that would come around for both trash and recycling? Because as far as I'm concerned, they're going to the same place, right? Well, I mean, why does it matter that, I got to separate out my cardboard from my candy bar wrappers?
Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. And so having this topic brought up, perfect segue into our next part, because we're going to...
I just want to point out that we still don't have a new police department. When's that going to happen?
Cut!
No, cut. I'm the host.
No. Are we cut? Are we actually cut? Yeah? Are we actually? Yeah. Because I've been watching this, okay? I've been taking my time to watch it, and I'm going to say, I don't think you're always cutting, okay? I go back. I see it. You guys just think it's fucking funny, huh? Real professional, right? Just not even cutting when we say cut, so you're broadcasting this shit unedited.
I'm not the editor.
Okay, well, where is the editor?
He's in the controller.
Shit. All right, I'll deal with that jackass later. So, Marty, you know what? Don't you dare broadcast this unedited. You got me? I don't know which one of you would be the editor right now, but I'm going to tell you, if you do that, I will kill you. I will stab you in the throat. I will watch you bleed. And then I'll drive to your house, and I'll set fire to your house while your kids are sleeping in it! Marty, you are the worst goddamn host in the history of television. You don't do any fucking work. You order fucking food, your Uber Eats, while we're in the middle of filming. Real professional of you. You don't do any research on any of our guests. And then, the only time you ever decide to actually talk is when you want to cut in and be some little bitch snowflake because we're talking about things you don't want to talk about. You suck. You're trash. You're bad at your job.
That's not fair. I do a lot of talking on this show.
No, you don't. It's disgusting. You make me laugh, okay? The only time you ever really think it's a good time to talk is when Walter or I are about to ask our guest a question and then you cut in and ask the same fucking question. Yeah. No. Say it a little louder. It's exactly what happens, okay? Yeah. No, it's what happens. You know what? Guess what? You're fired.
Hey,
I'm the host.
Order an Uber Eats.
Yo, right here, that's mine. Yes.
No!
Bring it.
Fuck no! Okay, stay there! Stay there! I'm the host now. Marty's done. You're history. Say your goodbyes.
I'm the host.
No.
I'm the host.
No, you're not. I'm the host from now on. You suck at your job.
Babe, come on.
No. No. No.
Well.
No.
Sorry, Marty. Abe speaks the truth.
Thank you.
All right, that's how you both feel.
Yes, it is how we both feel. Let's move right along, shall we? Rolling!
Wait. Where were we?
I have no idea.
I was pointing out that we still don't have a police department.
All right, fine, whatever. Good. Rolling, let's go. Let's move. You're right, Marty. You know, we don't have that police station yet. But I'll tell you this. It's on its way. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next...
You don't want to talk about...
No, yeah, we have that special announcement, right? That we're gonna read right now.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Okay. Right there. Fellow truth seekers and communist baby-killing dope fiends alike.
Communist baby-killing dope fiends don't watch the show.
Yes, they do, Marty. Yes, they do. Trust me, they do, okay? They think we're funny for some reason. It won't be funny when we're on top and you're on the bottom. When we have the power to kick you around. I'm not funny at all! It has come to our attention that our videos have not been edited to our liking. SMC has not distributed them in an appropriate manner, and they have betrayed our trust. While we still come here in order to get our message out to the public, we have decided that from now on, I will post them on my YouTube channel in the manner they were meant to be viewed. We have heard just as much as anyone else the rumors of what goes on behind the screen, and to that I say, it's amazing what you can do with computers these days. But to violate our trust and make our show some sort of laughingstock is not funny. If you really don't like what we have to say, change the channel. If you really want to have a word with us, feel free to send an email, but that's only if you're tough, and as far as I can tell, everyone in this town's bones are made of rubber. I will post the videos as they were meant to be seen tonight.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. One wrap up. Okay. I'm Abe Whitman, and...
I'm the host.
No! Fuck! Shit! Let's just go. Let's just go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go! Let's edit it! Let's go! You're done! You're never gonna work! Let's go!
Well, it seems like we're out of time, and that's been another exciting episode of Reasonable Men. I'm your host, Marty McDonald. Good night. See you next week.